Okay, there we go. Fucking. I don't know what is up with the fucking Hangouts. Like, it was on like 99% started for like 2 minutes. So hi everybody, it's me right now, but I will be joined shortly by my co-host. But before we get started, I just want to fucking say something to the little fucking TNA fans who constantly come over here and fucking shit on us. Fucking TNA fans, nobody fucking cares about Eric Young. Nobody. You don't even fucking care about Eric Young. Let's be fucking completely goddamn fuck honest here. Why else would Eric Young versus Magnus for the fucking championship be the lowest fucking segment in history if anybody gave one fucking modicum of a fucking shit about this? So you guys go fuck yourselves. Plus, I don't even fucking take your opinions that fucking seriously to begin with. You like fucking TNA! Not even good TNA! Not even like TNA from fucking 2005! TNA now! In 2014! You fucks can go fuck your mothers! So anyways, how's everybody fucking doing? Oh boy, here comes fucking Eric Young talking about how great it is to be fucking Daniel Bryan light. Where the fuck is everybody else? Get the fuck out of the fucking call! I'm fucking, you know, 1 second folks, I have to jump into a Skype call. Why the fuck are you guys still in the Skype call?
Okay. We're talking to each other.
Fucking TNA has started!
Okay, I'll be in.
Matt, you talk to me like that again, Matt, you are fired.
I want to say this about the whole rape thing.
Suck. Yeah, fucking. The fucking things I have to put up with, folks. Just like, go ahead and start the clay pump. We'll be right over. We'll be right over. And now they're talking about rape in the wrestling room. That's real fucking healthy. By the way, hello, Dork Jam, Carnut, Nisa. Sorry, you know, main event was kind of weird this week. I was sick. Oh, here comes Dixie. Oh yeah, Carnut, I am fired up. Partly because I have not had fucking marijuana for the last 2 days, so I have a really fucking stiff rage boner fucking going. And, you know, what else better to fucking take that out on than fucking the pathetic fucking gimp that is TNA wrestling? I am gonna fucking pin this fucking wrestling federation's legs behind its fucking head and fuck it dry. That's a really fucking horrific image, folks. I am sorry. Make it better. Imagine TNA is played by Samoa Joe in this. Well, no, that's not better. That's actually fucking worse. Disgusting. Ugh. So, let's fucking look. So, I read the spoilers this week, folks. Basically, Dixie's asking Eric Young to join her fucking side because she didn't care about fucking Magnus. The only reason she cared about him was because of the stupid fucking belt around his fucking waist that means fucking absolutely nothing because it's in TNA. Ooh, I wonder if we'll get a fucking tournament for the fucking X Division belt this fucking week. Or maybe the television fucking belt. They seem to be fucking copying Dean Ambrose's fucking defense of the fucking television belt. Is she grabbing? She's grabbing his. I have to admit, that is fucking funny. Her grabbing his fucking beard and fucking shaking his head around and shit. That is funny. You know what? Okay, never say I don't give credit where it's fucking due. I bet they're like, yeah, we're not gonna watch TNA. We're gonna let Napalm fucking do it. I fucking traitors. You know what? I'll get him fucking back. Ooh, I'll fucking get him back. So yeah, Eric Young basically, because again, I read the spoilers every week for fucking TNA because
Matt,
I don't give a shit. Oh, hello, Kayla.
I'm here. Sorry about that, but I was hosting the call. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's Coughlan? He said he was going to...
I need to send Coughlan the link over Facebook, but I don't remember his Facebook. Coughlan666? Facebook, I think? Is that it?
I could try sending it to him over Twitter. By the way, Liam was going to join us. I don't know where he is, and now Coughlan's going to join us, and I know where he is. He was in the call with Kalen's. That's who I was yelling at, folks.
If I can...
Where
the fuck is Coughlan? Okay, maybe he is...
So you've missed absolutely nothing, Kalen's. Dixie's come out. She's fucking talking to Eric Young now.
Oh,
One funny thing was she was grabbing his beard as she was talking and like yanking on his beard to accentuate her points. And I was like, you know what? That's fucking funny.
This is exactly what Stephanie McMahon should do.
Well, she did it better when she slapped fucking Daniel Bryan and her fucking hand got caught in his beard. That was fucking
It would have been hilarious if she just like... It would be hilarious if she had, like, started freaking out.
Huh? Karma, how many wrestlers do you think Dixie propositions on a regular basis?
Well, we know...
How many?
Let's see.
Yeah, we know Rockstar Spud is a definite, so that's...
Actually, you know what? I have a better question. Do you think she has weird mommy-child role plays with Rockstar Spud?
Yes, because we've discussed that numerous times, how she's just like, okay, now... We gotta potty train you, so take out your pee-pee and put it in my mouth.
That's disturbing!
Use me as a semen urinal.
Like,
Dixie semen urinal Carter.
Okay, now put your pee-pee into mommy, come on. And like...
By the way, folks, I'm not gonna spoil how fucking bad this segment's about to get. Because I know who else is fucking coming out, and I know what they're gonna fucking say.
Hey, Matt, drop the link into the description, if you please.
The link to what?
To what we're watching. To the stream.
I'm watching on TV.
Oh, let me do it then. Oh, well, actually,
remember, I watch on TV.
I forgot. Let me see.
Plus, like, let's be honest. If you want to fucking watch TNA.
Alright, I know how you feel about TNA. I'm gonna send you a link to the WrestleTube. Can you drop it in there for me?
Yes.
Drop it in the description, please. I'm going to send this link to Coughlan over Skype since he hasn't seemed to have gotten it on Facebook.
I sent it to him on Skype.
I don't know where he is then. Let's see.
And here it is, folks. Thought it couldn't get worse. Bubba Ray.
Where is... Hold on, let me refresh the fucking stream. Nothing. What channel is this thing on? Is Coughlan in here?
No, not yet.
Where the hell is the stream?
So, Bully's coming out, and he's basically going to say, Eric Young, 1 second, Caitlin's take over.
Okay.
Somebody for me.
Okay, so, I can't see anything on the fucking stream right now, so I guess I'll, go to the comments and see what you lovely people are up to.
Listen!
Oh, now I can actually see it.
You are a role model, Eric. You're a role model.
Who wants to hear this shit?
Single wrestler who has ever been held down by a loser boss like her.
By a loser boss like her!
You should be proud of him. You should be proud of the guy that has worked for you for 10 years, who worked his way all the way up from the bottom to become a world heavyweight champion.
You know, Eric Young looks like someone's father.
You
Because you won't throw him out of the building?
That's right. I did take your money, and I spent it in a strip club. Shocking.
Oh my god, he's spinning in a strip club.
You don't want to piss me off. Because if you remember correctly, last week,
I don't, from what I understand, no, actually.
I was standing right here, and there was...
From what I understand, Spud, for some reason, is not being allowed to wrestle. I still don't understand why.
I got weed. Do.
Are you gonna smoke it right now?
So happy.
Are you gonna smoke
Yeah.
it? Oh, hey. Coughlan.
Dude, I've already run off of my fucking tear on TNA. Hey, Coughlan.
Hey, Coughlan. Right now, we're just watching Bully Ray attack Dixie.
So Bully Ray's out here saying that Eric Young is a role model to every wrestler who's been held down.
So-
Yeah, because we've never seen that before.
Wait, is that
Mick
Magnus
Foley.
or Spud? Is that Magnus or Spud? In the black suit. Is that Magnus or Spud? No, that's Magnus.
I can't-
Right?
It might be. I can't tell because it's like they just. I'm sitting at my desk right now, breaking
It's
up
so-
this week. Can't really see.
It's so fucking weird because I have no idea who's who.
And we watch this every fucking week. That's the saddest fucking part of this ambulance. We watch every week and we're like, who the fuck is that?
Why is this taking... Well, I know who they are. I just can't tell if that's Magnus or
Oh,
Spud.
yeah, by the way, folks, I will spoil one thing. CM Punk, Austin Aries is coming back tonight on TNA.
Yeah, the wrestle fucking MVP.
Well, to set up a match for next fucking week. Because why build up for the pay-per-view, am I right?
Here's my question. Why is Eric Young the champion? Like...
It makes no sense. Because, like, okay,
you know what? You know what? It's fucking...
Don and Tony are two of the worst fucking people in the YouTube wrestling community. But they said it perfectly when it's like the reason Eric Young doesn't work and Daniel Bryan did work is because there's been months, and Coughlan even brought it up. Maybe you could even say years. Yeah, I think you're muted, Coughlan. But yeah, fucking years of fucking build-up for Daniel Bryan for this moment. Eric, where the fuck is he? Oh yeah, he was playing fucking scientist with fucking Abyss.
Because Eric Young previously was a mid-carder at that time that this was happening, and then for some reason they dropped the creeper bit yet. Samuel Shaw? No, Samuel Shaw is still a rapist.
I think they're gone to him. I think they're getting ready to drop it.
Because they took him to like a psych ward or something?
Yeah, they had the whole psych ward thing, and then he left. So my theory is he's going to probably be quote unquote low for a little bit.
Yeah, because it was getting pretty creepy too. I mean, like
Borat.
No, WWE do TNA copies it. So what are you talking about? It was Borash, guys. What the hell is Borash? Wait, hold
Guess
on.
that's some shitty fucking TNA wrestler.
Let me see.
But yeah, like fucking, it just nothing TNA does. And see, I was telling everybody.
Oh my god, that is Jeremy Borash. I didn't even recognize him.
Okay, I was telling Kaylin and Coughlan this in the call. Like, people might bitch about WWE and how they will just drag out fucking storylines to the point where it's just like fucking thin.
Okay,
like
can
thin mint.
Can I just make one comment?
Yes.
We have 2 hours of this show is 2 hours, yet we're only gonna have 3 matches. That's it, and one of them is with the Wolves versus the Bromans. So yeah. I don't even think it's a tag match. Wait, no, is it a tag match? No, it's not. It's just a normal match.
No, it is a
Coughlan,
tag
you have
match.
not a tag match, but a tag
Russo.
team title match. Coughlan, you have beautiful eyes. I just wanted to let you know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was telling Coughlan and Kalen this
Yeah.
before we came in here. We might get frustrated with WWE dragging out storylines, but TNA shows
do they drag it
why
out?
it's...
Do they really drag it out, or is it just people are more impatient these days?
I think people are more impatient these. Also, apparently, according to Matt, I'm Coughlan's muscle for some
Can I
reason.
just like, let me put it this way: would you rather have had the Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 30 moments that we had, or would you rather they gave him the belt earlier at a pay-per-view that was meaningless, like Battleground, or in your house 57? This time it's boring. Shovel Mania. Or something.
Daniel
like,
Bryan
TNA, though, shows why instant results in
Gratification.
wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah,
instant
but that's
gratification.
Russo.
doesn't work.
Matt, in all fairness, this is what it would be like if you ran a wrestling company. This is why I call you. This is why
Not
I accuse
really.
you of being
I
a
would
Russo.
I'd at least have the fucking the foresight to be like,
Wait, they're doing a montage with Abyss. And
It's like, we've been building Magnus for the last fucking 6 months for his fucking title shot.
Like how Thunderfoot makes a video and Integral Math will do the same video on the same subject about later that day. It's basically it's the same thing. They don't have the ability to think of something themselves.
Oh, this is for Sacrifice, but
Yeah.
we don't know the matches for
This is
Sacrifice.
where wrestling and YouTube has a very similar thing. It's like whatever WWE does, people will copy it because it's more successful.
Oh, you know what'd be hilarious, Caleb and Rich?
Okay,
if
wait,
the title match,
Matt,
if the title match at Sacrifice
Matt,
is
here's,
Eric
here's,
Young
Matt,
versus Abyss.
Matt, here's my question. Have we had an announcement about a match at Sacrifice yet? Because they just played a Sacrifice commercial.
I think, like I said,
What is the sacrifice
think
being made? Is it?
The
Is it
27th.
is it the seats that are empty? Are they the thing?
It's the 27th of this month.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
it says
less
a
than
lot.
a
I mean, the fact that you can have, you couldn't play musical chairs at a fucking, TNA audience.
I really have to show you guys the pictures of the TNA audience with those on.
Okay, the beautiful people is fucking.
With more people.
Did they get more?
The thing is, I don't hate TNA. I just don't watch it because I can't be asked. Because what's?
See, you know what? Here's the thing with me and TNA.
Matt,
I hate it.
Matt,
They actually have talented.
Matt. So they're doing a hardcore match with the Divas, with the Knockouts, rather.
Brilliant. Is it proper hardcore, or is it just?
No, it's a street fight.
Oh, I thought it was. Well, they're using like kendo sticks and throwing objects at each other and shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, they do use kendo sticks in street fights in WWE now.
I've only ever seen one woman have a great extreme sort of rules match, and that was Beulah McGillicuddy versus Bill Alfonso in ECW. That was a fucking beast of a match. He fucking ripped him to shreds.
Okay, this is.
Unless you count the China versus Jeff Jarrett in a fucking housekeeping match.
A good housekeeping match. That was hilarious. And then
how misogynistic do you want to fucking make this obvious? How obvious?
I thought that was the point that because Jeff Jarrett was playing a misogynistic character.
Okay, guess what? We actually get 4 matches tonight because this match wasn't in the spoilers.
4 matches.
That really goes to show you.
Russo must be ill.
That really goes to show you how fucking little people give a shit about.
Matt, do you want to hear something funny? Do you want to hear something really funny that will make you laugh? Right.
Okay.
The reason Nicole Bass left WWE is she accused the Brooklyn Brawler of sexual harassment.
That's disturbing. Anyway, Matt,
I hope that's true.
Throw the stream link into the description bar so people can follow this travesty along with us.
Who the fuck would? I mean, even if you fancied Nicole Bass, you wouldn't fucking dare, would you?
Seriously, you'd be terrified of her beating the shit out of you.
I'd be terrified of anything. I mean, maybe he's into that. I don't know. But unsurprisingly, the case was thrown out as soon as Nicole Bass walked into the courtroom. The judge was
okay, that is a really... What the hell is she hitting her with? Like a pan or something?
I
Oh,
like,
wait, the link.
I like to point out to anyone watching this, like, I'm not watching the rest TNA because I'm just listening to these.
He refuses to
I'm
watch it.
watching porn. I'm watching gay porn because there actually is something that's actually more interesting with more storyline. It's got more action. And
Right now, she's kicking Velvet Sky in the back repeatedly. This is really...
Ooh, boring.
I mean...
It's Velvet Sky. She's an arse. That's it. She's just.
She was thrown into like.
Velvet Sky is basically a vagina that just rubs itself on the ring ropes. Yeah. That's all she is.
And I'm
sorry,
pull her down. Her ass is secondary. Have you seen Naomi's? You know that. You know the Funkadactyl Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi.
Fucking hell. Her ass could crush Kim Kardashian and J-Lo's in a fucking
Naomi is pretty sexy, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, it's like her ass accompanied to the ring by the biological organism supporting it.
Okay, so that was a cookie sheet then. Why the hell would she use a cookie sheet?
Because she's a woman and they've got to put kitchen and cooking stuff in there, you know.
That's true.
They've probably got a tampon and a pole match coming soon.
Oh, this is so shitty. Like, how do you fuck up
By the way, I can't tell which one is which, by the way, but you notice how the one now has Lady Tapa's fucking boots on?
Yeah.
She left.
Like the big, furry leggings.
What is this about women in wrestling? It's like men, look at the men, you get men of all shapes and sizes and appearances, but with the women, you can only be either sort of porn star or an absolute monstrosity beast.
Because as sexist as
China, Karma.
Honestly, as sexist as this sounds, I ain't trying to see Roseanne.
I know, but it's like you look at it's either China, Nicole Bass, or Karma, or Awesome Kong, whatever her name was, or it's like
Amazing Kong or Awesome Kong or something like that.
Alright, that's true, but to be fair, more attractive guys generally are pushed.
Well, not really. I mean, it depends what you consider attractive. I mean, women think Daniel Bryan is cute.
No one fair. Mick Foley got pushed. Nobody thinks.
The thing is, women like Mick Foley because he's cute, he's like cuddly, and he's got
Like no one thinks Daniel Bryan is cute. Maybe
Brie Bella does, and that'll do me.
She probably fucks goats. I mean, come on.
Who gives a toss? He's done well. You must look at John Cena and think, my girlfriend looks exactly like yours, and I'm punching well over my weight.
Wait, how long was the match?
Who gives a shit? Really? I don't...
We should ask TNA if we could. You know, at Wrestling Access, Fan Access, they let you do commentary on matches.
Tits are amazing.
Yes.
You know when they do WrestleMania Fan Access and you can do commentary on matches is one of the features there. We should so go into.
We actually, when it comes to WWE and even WCW, we at least try. With this shit,
we'd have to do. I'd want to do like a hardcore match. It'd be like Triple H. I'd be like, why is he wearing pants? Look at the man. Why has he got pants on?
We got another Bully Ray and Eric Young segment. God.
Oh God, poor old Bully Ray. All those steroids.
No.
Bubba Ray.
Wait, no. Abyss is threatening Eric.
Bully Ray is proof that TNA does not have a piss test policy. You look at him fucking 10 years ago and look at him now. It's like, this motherfucker didn't work out that much. You know.
Okay, so Abyss is now going after the title, so is Magnus no longer in the title run?
Abyss is going after the title. How? Oh, isn't it interesting? Kane's about to go after the title, and they're putting Abyss after.
I think that's one of the convoluted things they do.
I'm so confused.
Oh God, I'm waiting. Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what I'm expecting? They're going to reform the main event mafia at the end of it. They're all going to come down.
Well, if I remember correctly, in TNA, it's not like WWE where, the person who loses the title has an automatic reshot.
Yeah, but does it matter? It's Vince Russo. It's whatever he dreamt of last night and, or thought of randomly.
Okay, so is Abyss supposed to be like the top heel now? I'm so confused.
Oh God, Abyss is just a mess.
Wait, okay. Real quickly, calm back. Nisa says Madison won. So they literally just gave fucking Velvet Sky the belt last week.
And then they
just
gave
take
Madison
it away this week.
It's something I've noticed. It's something I've noticed. It's just it's not important in any way. But like the female wrestlers are always known by their first name, but male wrestlers are known by their last.
That is weird.
It's like you never get a wrestler. It's like it's always like Naomi, Natalia, AJ, Paige. It's never like you don't call it with wrestlers. It's not like Keith, Nigel, Trevor, Robin. We don't call them by.
Okay, wait. To be okay.
I love your name, Carnut.
Coughlin doesn't have to.
Your name, Carnut. You have for a fist.
Wait, Coughlin doesn't have to give a shit about.
I just want to tell Carnut.
Go ahead, Matt.
I don't have to give a shit about what.
Coughlin doesn't have to give a shit about what's going on because he's not watching. But Matt, you're watching this shit with me.
Well, why should I? You know, why should I watch TNA? No one else.
Well, it's a fucking commercial.
Exactly.
And have we given a single shit ever?
We could be sat here. We might as well be watching Schindler's List, right? It could be watching. We could sit. I reckon we could sit here. I reckon none of us could ever watch TNA and just sit here, and people would believe anything we're saying because they're not going to go and check, are they? They're not going to have a.
That's what I was hoping. Fucking TNA would be on April 1st this year because I was just like, let's just make up a bunch of shit.
I've only ever seen one fucking wrestling channel get debunked, and that's Sean's Views Entertainment. That's the only person.
And he's still going strong anyway.
But Caitlin's.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. If President Obama came on during TNA and was like, if you don't watch these the next 5 minutes, you're going to die. I could still not give a shit enough to watch fucking TNA for 5 straight fucking minutes.
Hey, this was your idea. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We should at least pretend
you know what?
I think it's good to do this because it makes you appreciate good wrestling. You know, it makes you realise that WWE, for all its faults, it's still the best one out there. It's like YouTube. When people fuck off saying we're going to Vimeo or Blip TV.
It's actually made me appreciate ECW and WCW more watching this shit. Because I'm like,
any wrestling fans who don't appreciate today's WWE product, listen to me. I lived through the fucking Kevin Nash title reign, which lasted an entire year. Kevin Nash was champion for 12 fucking months. Don't you sit there and tell me you understand.
And see, here's the other thing with wrestling fans nowadays. There's so many fucking more options.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I mean,
back in the old days, if you wanted to watch wrestling that was in a different territory, you'd have to fucking live in like the border of a fucking territory.
Well, yeah, we can watch the indies, basically. Yeah, we can watch the indies.
I mean, when I started watching, you only had the 4 pay-per-views a year, and in the middle, you barely had. It was very rare to have massive or big matches happening. You know, I mean, it's like when Savage fought Ric Flair. There were originally 5.
Really?
Hold on. Let me finish. There were 5 contenders for Ric Flair's title at WrestleMania 8. It was Savage, Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, and the 2 others. I can't remember who they were. But like, they didn't decide it with a match like they would do nowadays. Jack Tunney just picked Randy Savage. Like, he just came on and said Randy Savage is going to face him, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then you get Savage versus, Flair.
Right now, so many wrestling fans are spoiled for choice, really. Yeah. Like, they can watch whatever they want.
See, that's something we have to thank WCW for, because them being as fierce competition for the WWE as they were in the mid-90s, they forced WWE to fucking up their game, where it's like, oh shit, maybe we should have interest in fucking wrestling.
I think WWE have to do that now. I think that's a good thing about the network. It's kind of forcing them to do that because they've priced it so low.
Is that Spud?
I love Rockstar Spud. He's
that is Spud.
I love Rockstar Spud. He's adorable. He is.
He is the next El Torino.
He is the perfect twink. Seriously.
I can see him
like myself,
headlining NXT.
Okay, so Matt, did he wrestle already? Did Spud wrestle already? You didn't tell me, Spud.
Yes.
I didn't even think
it wasn't in the spoilers.
They might as well give Rockstar Spud the title. Fuck it, that would be fun.
But then again, he doesn't need to wear the suit anymore,
Has there ever been a champion with the name... Has there ever been a champion with the name Spud? I think Spud is a great name for a champion.
Indie Rockstar Spud In the extended clip, he was his contract as chief of staff was renewed and extended.
Oh wow! I bet he's
Like-
gutted. Remember that match they had recently, and it was like the winner gets control of TNA. It was the only one where they were going to interfere and attack their own team. MVP's going to run down and attack his own team.
Okay.
It was only for booking power of TNA. Here's the fucked up thing, okay? And this is something I wanted to bitch about, but we got off topic early on. So when Dixie came out, she threatened Eric Young by fire old dirty bitch.
Dixie opened TNA. Has everyone recovered from the shock?
I know.
Alright,
So,
EC3
comes out and threatens to fire old dirty bitch.
Triple H could look at Dixie coming out and going, "This bitch is just milking the limelight."
Dixie Carter kind of looks like a white Vickie Guerrero, actually.
No, Vickie
Dixie
Guerrero is
comes
not.
out
You know,
and threatens-
Vickie Guerrero is good at what she does. You know,
One second, guys. Let me finish this.
Okay.
She comes out, threatens to fire old dirty bitch, which is Eric Young's love interest or real life girlfriend or fucking whatever. I don't give enough fucking shit to look it up. So I'm like, okay, you're threatening to fire old dirty bitch, so you still have the power to fire people. Why the fuck aren't you firing Bubba Ray for fucking you over?
Okay, here's my question. Are EC3 and Rockstar Spud going to wrestle somebody in the tag team? So he is going to start wrestling more, right?
I hope.
I love the fact we don't have a clue what's going on. We don't know who's fighting.
I'm so lost because this goes almost completely against the spoilers we read.
Wouldn't it be? Do you know what I think we should do instead? When TNA is on, we should sit here. We should sit here.
Because right now, real quickly, right now they're doing the stuff with MVP talking about like how fucking Samoa Joe's fucked off and is throwing a fucking another Samoa Joe.
What we should do just for an experiment? Like instead of watching TNA for a couple of weeks, we should just sit here when the show's on and commentate our own version of it. We just improvise our own show and see if we can make it better.
Probably better because the first say I would have it's like, oh my god, Bully Ray just fucking put Dixie.
Like right, Vince Russo is gonna be. We're having Vince Russo versus Dixie.
He looks like a high school pretzel.
God almighty.
See, you know what? That's the other thing that fucked up TNA is when they went on the road, they was the Universal audience, which was 90% Universal employees who had to fucking cheer or else be fired.
I'm going to take Russo's yearly salary and hire Brock Lesnar for one night to fuck Russo.
Okay, so Austin Aries. Austin Aries is out here.
Austin Aries and his spunk cape.
Okay, wait. Austin Aries is out, but we still have matches that weren't advertised though.
Austin Aries.
Well,
do they have another wrestler called The Rock Libra or something like that? See, goat face. See, WWE has goat face. They have.
I'll be right back.
A ram.
I have the cancer. Fully Gemini.
I would buy TNA just to write a storyline where Russo gets cancer and dies just to make sure he never comes back ever again.
I'd also write a storyline where Dixie got crippled. just to constantly put her in a wheelchair so she couldn't do anything.
If TNA want to do something good, they should hire Vickie Guerrero because she's no longer with WWE.
No, she's. Those reports were wrong. Like she still is with WWE.
I like Vickie Guerrero. She's fucking. If people give her enough credit for how fucking much heat she can get.
See, it's funny. It's funny. Like people give Stephanie a lot of credit for being like a huge bitch, but like Vickie is just as much of a bitch, if not more so.
Yeah, but Stephanie never got the heat.
True.
She's never got heat on her own. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what's fucked up when she does the shit, like the people cheer for her.
Yeah, I mean, I think
she was flipping shit on Kane.
I'm sorry, but for a long while, Vickie Guerrero was the #1 heel on SmackDown. Like no one got fucking heat like she did. You know, people cheered John Cena when she came out.
Oh, poor Vickie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Austin Aries and MVP are setting up a match for
I can
next
understand.
week.
I mean, if you were Eddie Guerrero, you were married, you'd have to listen to that voice every freaking day. You'd probably fucking have people
Die of a heart attack.
Have had a heart attack, yeah.
But yeah, so just real quickly, folks. So right now, this is the second wrestler since MVP. Well, no, third wrestler if you count fucking Willow. This is the third fucking wrestler who's just not listening to fucking MVP whatsoever. Also, you could count Samoa Joe. So, like, 4 wrestlers who are completely fucking ignoring MVP's, like, orders. Kenny King, fucking Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, and fucking Willow. Yeah, bravo. He's so much fucking better than fucking Dixie
Samoa Joe. If only he was, like, part of the bloodline of the Samoan mafia of wrestling, then he'd actually get...
Samoa Joe. Never got invited to any of the Samoan games.
No, he was never a head shrinker. He never got to pretend he was Mexican or Arab like a lot of or fucking Japanese.
Hey, you know what? I like this. I like Dork Jam's fucking idea for a storyline for Vince Russo. I would write a storyline so crazy, like, get Vince Russo to wear a superhero gimmick and stick him at the top of a building. But then again, and then he had, sadly, TNA plays in high school gymnasium.
How many creative team writers does it take to write a TNA show? Only one, but it's on the Tuesday morning when they're watching Raw.
Oh boy, everybody, we're going to get an Abyss and Eric Young match tonight. A monster match. I was going to say a monster match. It was a mash.
It was a
monster mash.
It was a smash.
I'm surprised they've never had Abyss come out. Like, half of him is Joe Park, half of him is Abyss. Like, you know, those male... Like, when people...
You know that guy who sung that song?
Yeah, who?
Like, after the guy who sung the Monster Mash song?
Of course he wasn't.
No, I was watching a thing about, like, the Monster Mash shit, and, like, after he made that, he made basically he made a monster song for every holiday. So they're like, there's like, it's a monster Christmas.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of people do. The guy who wrote "In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle," I think he got like he wrote that and sold it for like he got paid like $1,000 to write that, and it's like it's just fucking ridiculous.
He's like, God damn it!
Only I paid.
You know, that's a song you really don't hear a lot anymore.
It was a Christmas.
It's like, look at those poor fuckers who like sold their Apple shares for like, you know, fucking for like.
I like how it's about fucking one-hit wonders now and not TNA. It's like, remember fucking they don't really play.
We're on a commercial. Well, we're in a commercial
association,
right now,
isn't it? It's just it's like we're in TNA one-hit wonders, yeah.
Not only that, but it makes sense because like nobody really wants to be here anyway. So.
Yeah, but it's like, a lot of the Christmas. Look at Christmas songs. I mean, do you know what I think the biggest fucking rip-off is? The people who make money from Christmas compilation albums, because they're just the same fucking 50 songs every year.
Here's something I want to point out. With how, I have to ask this question.
You can get a select designer for $100.
When did Jeff Hardy get on the same level as someone like The Rock and Austin, where he can fucking just do what he
when they all left, and
yeah, and then there was just Jeff Hardy.
No, in TNA, because he wants to do the Willow gimmick in TNA, and it's like...
Yeah, but that's because it's TNA. If it goes badly, no one's going to remember.
But it's just so... Because think about it. Who is the person who's probably most well-known in TNA right now?
You know why?
Jeff Hardy.
Matt, you know why he does the Willow thing? Because he has a shitload of creative control, and he's the most popular person
there.
Can
I also point something out? Jeff Hardy, he's not too sharp. This is a guy who was told either stop to getting hammered and taking drugs, and we'll give you a championship run in WWE, or you can leave. And he left.
Just because he wanted to do drugs.
Whilst he was having probably the best rivalry he's ever going to have with CM Punk, which was the only time I thought Jeff Hardy, really was legitimately good, and I believed him, and I wanted to watch him because he worked so well with Punk. But he had the WWE title or the World Championship.
No,
and
I will say this: I did like his match, Jeff Hardy's match with Undertaker.
Oh, he had great matches. It's just he as a guy on the mic, he's not.
Oh yeah,
really,
he's just awful.
He's like he's a little bit, you know, he's great in the ring. He's not just a spot monkey. He's got like he can wrestle and he's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, but he could have been that kind of Daniel Bryan-esque underdog, I reckon, if he'd stuck with it. You know, but
instead he was like, I'm gonna stick a needle. The only thing I'm gonna stick with is this needle in my arm.
Jannetty, you know, Marty Jannetty, they didn't want to get rid of him or anything, but he kept going out and getting fucking hammered, and it's just like, you know, you can't.
It's like it's like when you deal with dealing with Matt. Really, the best parallel for Jeff Hardy is Matt, because you want Matt to do things, but his crack addictions just hold him back from achieving anything.
Like, you just can't trust him for anything.
Exactly, because if you rely on Matt for anything important, it's not going to happen.
It's like asking McDonald's to look after your pet cow while you're away on holiday.
Exactly.
Hey, it will happen. It'll just be very naughty and sloppy.
Can you put my goldfish in your piranha tank while I'm away and having the house fumigate?
This is why I would prefer to just do things for Matt, because if I don't, they'll
Matt's
just
a bad person, but he could be. He's like those parents who like go.
You
know those parents who listen. You know those parents who leave their kid in the car for 12 hours and it roasts the.
Oh boy, tag Matt. 1 second, it's back on.
You know those people who put their kids in the dishwasher or microwave them when they're fucked up. They don't mean to.
By the way, I want to point out something.
Yeah.
Every tag match since lockdown, except for one, and that was like the three-way tag match.
Furry vest.
Every tag match since lockdown has been for the TNA tag titles.
Really? Wait, let me see. Actually, it has been. I guess because they wanted to create a rivalry between the Wolves and the Bromans.
Wow.
Well, it's gonna be easy. They're the only two fucking tag teams in the company. Unless you count fucking T3 Uno.
In all fairness, that's the best way to do it, isn't it?
Oh my God! It's Zima Ion. I want to see this part.
Yep.
See, I bet I bet even Ryback will look at the tag team division and TNA and think, we could do this. It's tempting.
Hold on. I love this part. I love this part.
Two men who get so many chicks that if you ladies typed heaven into a GPS, your destination would be their bedrooms. Robbie, Jesse.
Wow, that was.
I love this guy.
Oh, Coughlan's just like shot that down immediately. Just dude.
Destination. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love this guy.
So I was around watching Rick Rude. Rick Rude had the best sort of,
To be fair, Carnut, like Matt Hardy did have the crippling drug addiction. He had a crippling pie addiction.
Yeah, I think basically I think Matt Hardy ate all the food that Jeff Hardy couldn't because Jeff Hardy was on too many drugs to eat.
It just balanced it out.
That's what I love. You know that classic video of Jeff Hardy shooting on CM Punk when he's off his tits in a cafeteria.
Yeah.
It's like it's the perfect. It sums up the Hardys. Matt's off it, Jeff's off his tits and Matt's eating and talking about Lita. That's all, and that's just what those two.
Wait. Coughlan, you're familiar with dubstep. I bet you'll agree with me if you see Zima Ion. Hold on.
I'm familiar with dubstep. I know. I'm not against.
Kalen's had the best thing ever when he first saw him. It's like if you took dubstep and made it into a wrestler.
This is exactly what Zima Ion looks like. Hold on, let me see.
I've seen a video online of Zima Ion when he did his stuff didn't go. His DJ music didn't go off, and it was on. I think it was Botchamania.
Yeah, like that's why when I see him, I'm like, oh my God, I love Zima Ion. It's like they took dubstep and made it into a wrestler. Like, I love this dude.
Do you know what I remember the other day? Is one weird thing. It's like, can anyone remember the wrestler who teamed up with John Cena when he was the Doctor of Thugonomics, and they had like a sort of tag team pairing for a while? Can anyone remember who that was?
Black wrestler.
No, it was Bull Buchanan, and he was known as B Squared.
Oh my God, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
B squared, yo.
Okay, the thing about the Bromans is that I like their gimmick, but they're just really terrible in the ring.
Yeah,
They're
they're getting better.
Thing is, that can work. The thing that is wrestling is like a good gimmick is 90% of it. Being good in the ring is about. You know, it's like being a pop star. You know, you don't have to make good songs or even be great.
I wouldn't say it's 90. I would say it's like 80, maybe.
I would say it's about 80. I would say it's about 90. I agree.
Because see, here's the thing: you at least have to be somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, but you only have to be slightly good in the ring. I mean, look how many crap wrestlers there are. That,
I mean, you
know, a great gimmick.
Like look at Dolph Ziggler. Like he's not a good worker.
Dolph Ziggler doesn't get pushed because he's got a big mouth and he goes on radio shows and says stupid shit and slags people off.
And also Dolph Ziggler's not getting pushed because he's fast and.
Plus, I think they're worried that he might die very early because he tends to sort of.
Also, another thing about working in the. I gotta say, I do agree with Coughlan because honestly, Cesaro is one of those rare cases, at least in my opinion, where his wrestling speaks for itself.
Same with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan could be average in the ring, but he's over for all the reasons he's over, and really not because of his wrestling. You know, it's the sort of it's the personality.
Real quickly, you know what? Going back,
Austin
I want to talk about some good wrestlers.
Austin was awful. He had like 4 moves.
Okay, we gotta talk about this fucking match. At least something.
Oh, God.
Can I just say this?
Two blokes in their pants are pretending to fight. Carry on right now.
So you know what my favorite part during the main event of WrestleMania was like it would just be Batista and Randy Orton fighting, and then out of nowhere, it's like Daniel Bryan just like teleported in from space, and he'd just come in with like a drop kick or a flying knee or something. It's like, where did he come from?
You know what I think Daniel Bryan could have done differently? He should have waited till they were right at the end of the rampway before he got off the fucking stretcher, and then he should have crawled on like his front down the entire ring.
That would be hilarious, actually.
That would have been more awesome.
And then just like crawled up to the ring and just beat up.
I do like it. Plus, Daniel Bryan had the 4th man, which was the monitor that fucked Randy Orton's back.
Oh my God! Like Randy Orton looked like he was about to die.
That was hilarious.
I bet he whispered to Batista, "It's like you were supposed to move the fucking monitors, you stupid."
I love that shit because you could tell Batista was like freaking out, like he didn't know what to do. He was afraid to hit Randy because he's like, "Dude, are you okay?"
I love that when we were chatting after WrestleMania that Liam was arguing about that fucking Batista bomb and RKO because it was a neck breaker. I'm like, who gives a flying fuck? It wasn't real.
See, you know what's fucked up? They did it again this week when they were fighting the Shield. They did the exact same move.
Well, it's a good finish. If they're gonna attack them together, it's a good finishing maneuver.
Yeah, but at the time it's like they keep calling, and I am kind of like Liam, where it's like it isn't an RKO, it's a neck breaker.
But it's a reverse RKO. It's an RKO, but he's facing the other way. It's essentially the same.
Yeah. My thing is, it's kind of like this though, and I've had arguments with Liam about this. It really doesn't matter. And sometimes
it's what they sell it as. It's what they're telling you. Okay, what was the Dudley Death Drop other than an RKO with someone being hoisted up before?
True. It's like
and the RKO is just like a diamond cutter. The RKO
it's just cutter.
And a diamond cutter is really very similar to a stunner. Stunner, RKO, and diamond cutter are essentially the same sort of move. They're executed differently.
You know what? The only thing I kind of was just a little bit because there was one spot, and I told Kalins about this. I was like, how awesome would it be if this happened? Like Randy is getting the RKO on like Batista, Triple H, or Daniel Bryan, depending on who it is in the final match, and then the other guy is coming up and he drop kicks them while doing the RKO. And I'm like, that would be so fucking amazing.
You know what they need is they need a guy to do a splash off RVD splash off the ropes whilst he's going down.
By the way, you notice that he can't do the splashing. Really sad.
Oh God, we're doing the fucking.
He can't even get high off.
Wait! Everybody, wait! Willow segment. Everybody, Willow segment.
The more you read, the more you hate. You can dream of handicapping.
Wait! Hold on!
Quickly transforms into a nightmare. I rise victorious in Willow's way.
I'd rather watch a Pat Condell video than listen.
That's just awesome.
Doesn't he kind of remind you of like a really shit version of Bray Wyatt?
Yes! That's why
He's trying to sound all sort of like, he's trying to speak in riddles and sound all sort of,
dark and like
and he's trying to he's trying to sort of build up this mystique, but with Bray Wyatt's good at it, because it's like it's a character he's clearly worked on for many years, whereas this is a character
knows how to fucking talk.
Yeah, I mean, I know as much about wrestling as I possibly could for someone who's watched it as long as I have, and I'd never heard of fucking Willow, right?
Willow is
I've heard of the Mantor. I've heard of fucking
the main reason I wanted everybody to hear it was because it was so bad. It's humorous.
Yeah.
Just listening to it, it's just so goofy.
I mean,
he tries so hard to sound.
The only achievement he's done is he's got a more annoying voice than Vickie Guerrero. It's like
See, Kalen, doesn't that make you appreciate Bray Wyatt now and what he does?
No, I don't like Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt on the mic is fucking.
Wait, the thing is, I think. It's just a difference of opinion, I would say. Like, because I know Jazzy, you're familiar with Jazzy, right, Coughlan?
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jazzy is...
I've got many of her photos she posts on my in my Spank Bank folder. Sorry, carry on.
Excellent. Jazzy is like a huge wrestling fan, too, and she kind of feels the same way. Like, it's just, they just look like a bunch of dirty homeless
Maybe it's a
people.
black thing.
No, because James feels kind of the same way too.
I just like the fact that Bray Wyatt's good, but he's good in a way that's different. Like he's found something. It's so hard to find something that's unique.
Did you like the spider? Did you like the spider, Coughlan?
I like the spider. Yeah, I like.
I saw that. I'll be honest.
I like it. It's not just he does it. I like his use it. The thing I like about that is he doesn't use it all the time. He uses it sparingly, but in really good. Like when John Cena was going to do the 5-knuckle shuffle, and the way the camera just like spun, it went away, followed Cena, and by the time it had got back, he was already up. I loved that sort of, the way they performed that.
It was just really corny to me.
It's not like he does. It's not like he overdoes it. It's not like a gimmick or anything. It's like. And what I like about his character is he doesn't care about winning. He's there to fuck with people.
It's hard for me to explain. I guess the reasons why it's like the reasons I dislike Bray Wyatt are the reasons like you, Matt, and Liam like him.
Yeah. I've always said this about people who hate wrestling. The reasons they hate it are usually the exact same reasons people love it.
Like it's like with Randy Orton. Like the reasons I like Randy are the reasons why like Liam.
I don't dislike Randy Orton. I just wish he was allowed to be more
psychotic.
Yeah, there was a brilliant when he was having a no DQ match with Daniel Bryan on Raw, and he hit him with a kendo stick or a chair, and a fan said ring the bell, and Randy Orton just turned around and started shouting at the fan, going, "You can't ring the bell. There's no disqualification."
That's awesome.
And then he put his arms up, like, you can't, I'm destroying your
I want the Randy Orton that was DDTing Stephanie McMahon and kicking Vince in the head and stuff.
Yeah.
But then Triple H buried him at WrestleMania 25 when he won that match for no fucking reason.
And the thing is, like, Liam's like, oh, no one's ever cheered for Randy. Bull fucking shit.
Oh, no, they cheered for when he won the world title and Evolution turned on him. Everyone was behind Randy Orton at that point.
Like, I was like, bull fucking shit.
But again, they fucked him over because he lost it a month later. It's just...
And the thing is, like, I was going to say bull fucking shit. People marked the fuck out when Randy kicked Vince in the head. Yeah. They were screaming RKO, RKO. Yeah.
Oh no, when Randy was like when he DDT'd Stephanie and then kissed her in front of Triple H while she's fucking, and then Triple H went to his house and then smashed him through the window and stuff like that. It was great. But then it was like, they ruined it with Triple H winning. They ruined it. See, I think that's where Triple H's reputation stems from. It's just the way he's kind of. It seems like he's stepped on Randy Orton
fucking TNA. So okay, this is how stupid TNA is. Yeah. Like now they're showing like the little fucking montage shit for fucking Eric Young. It's like he got it.
God.
Okay, so that's the bathroom break.
What you need is Eric Young to come out and Eric Young to come out and go maybe.
It's interesting. See, it's interesting because it's interesting because I would consider those segments with Randy to be what I would consider like a Bray Wyatt, like very creepy, very just
No,
disturbed.
I agree. I liked that Randy Orton, but he's just never been it enough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never been that character. I
Yeah,
prefer Triple
he
H.
got beat up by Triple H, and then he made up with Triple H,
Like
and
Triple
then
H
fucking...
isn't a bad face, but when he's a heel,
He's
that's what you
amazing
want,
as a heel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Matt, EC3 and Spud are wrestling now.
Alright, so we do have a fucking... Oh, boy.
I told you the spoilers we read were why does Spud have a bow tie on?
Again, like, shit is...
Because,
like,
you know,
they just
because
left
he's
out
part
shit.
of the Nation of Islam, and those.
Oh my god!
We've seen those black geezers with the bow ties in the.
He's like a little... He's like one of those little
He's a
Ottoman
Louis
Empire
Farrakhan.
slave boys for the Nation of Islam. It's just
Yeah.
like, we're gonna fuck you, you little
That's what I
pretty
love
white
about.
boy.
See,
It's like you put it on a white guy, it looks nerdy. You put it on a black guy, it looks terrifying for some no good reason.
alright, so EC3 is in the ring now. Matt, I told you the fucking spoilers hitting were like
EC3. God,
Hey,
it
listen,
almost
get
sounds like Y2J, doesn't it?
That's like
Hey, listen, real quickly.
yeah.
The spoilers have been right so far. They just left shit out.
I like he's called EC3, and yet like no one gives a fuck who the first two were. It's
Ethan Carter the third. Wait, he's fighting
Yeah.
Willow?
Yeah, he's storyline. Oh boy, Willow.
Wait, no, Willow.
Yeah.
So Willow, how can you leave out?
Do you remember when WWE used to do Gilbert? They should get Hornswoggle to dress up as Willow from the film. Warwick Davis is the film.
Oh my
Willow.
God, Willow's umbrella is merchandised. I want to buy that umbrella for.
Oh my god. Scat.
Oh my God, I want to buy that for.
A
Scout.
wrestler with an umbrella.
Coughlan. They could do it. They could do that.
What else?
Because
What's next? A cigar humidor?
Coughlan.
Go on.
I bet you fucking they could totally do that because like fucking Willow's owned by Disney now, and now like Batista's back, they might be able to make some deals.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't.
Fucking.
Also, by the way, Coughlan,
Wait,
if you
is
thought,
this a
if you think
handicap match?
if you think real quickly though, folks, if Coughlan especially, because you haven't seen this yet, if you think the fucking stupid lights with Sin Cara are horrible, the gold and blue shit,
Yeah.
with Willow, during the match, during like the first minute and a half, there's
Has a
like
lot.
this fish, yeah, it's like a fisheye filter.
Yeah.
And it's like blue on the outside, and then like the middle of the screen's like black and white, and it's just like
I'd love to have my gimmick would be the lights are out for my entire match, and then just.
Okay, wait.
That was the only thing I ever liked about New Jack's thing was then they would play his music for the entire match, which was like Natural Born Killers, because I just like that song.
Okay,
so
wait.
EC3 is just beating the shit out of Willow, which is hilarious.
Do you know what else is the problem? Is he's called Willow the Wisp, and that was a cartoon over here in the 80s that was voiced by Kenneth Williams.
I think I
He's
got
like the gayest man in the world ever.
Didn't I get the fucking picture for? Yeah, I put the picture of Willow and the Wisp in the video that we talked about.
Yeah.
Willow.
He's like, oh yes, now. He's like the
Okay,
campiest.
so
Oh yes.
Oh, matron.
I already love that guy's voice. I haven't even heard it.
I mean, this is a pretty.
Kenneth Williams
decent-
always used to say he wasn't gay, he just helped them out when they were bored.
So Jeff Hardy.
This is okay.
I guess Jeff Hardy isn't drunk and or stoned for this match.
In other
'cause
words, he's on a come down then, because that's the sort of states he's in.
Because he's actually
kinda
performing.
Yeah, he's actually he's going fast and he's manic and shit.
Jeff Hardy's proof that, you know, this is the thing about wellness policies. I think actually TNA has an illness policy. That's the difference. I think when the wrestlers join up, they go, look, basically, you get as fucked up as you want, but as long as you turn up, it's okay. But just make sure you can last longer than 12 seconds, which is, like, that's all we have.
You know what my fucking gimmick would be? I'd be the guy with the tank.
Okay, here's my
I
question.
punch, I jump, I punch, I jump, tank. Anybody who gets where that comes
I
from,
would
you're
be,
wrong.
I would be HIV guy. People would be scared to fight me.
I would be stereotypical black pimp 556.
I want to fight Michael Jordan
No.
in a first
I know
blood
what I
match.
would be. I know what I'd be. I'd be the Viagrist. Like I
would
check
be-
people with instant Viagra.
I would be the abusive human sex trafficker, or AKA
I want to
the
be
pimp.
called Knight of the Realm so I can come down in a suit of armor and just fucking take anything.
I would have like my very own hoe train.
Oh no, trip! I come down to the ring with like a syringe filled with PCP.
Yeah.
Like all of
See,
my,
that's what I
all of
don't
my
get. It's like
hoes.
when you have when they have no DQ matches, it's like just take a fucking knife to the ring and stab them. You know,
All of my hoes would have chlamydia and/or crabs.
just inject them with heroin at some point, like just Dexter them, and then just like take a taser to the ring, anything, just like.
So Matt, what do you think about Willow wrestling with his mask? Thoughts?
It's
It's basically you're asking me what's the difference between 5 tons of horse shit in the front room as opposed to 4.5 tons of horse shit in my front room. I mean,
No.
it's like,
no, Cough. I have a better example. It's 5 tons of horse shit and then 5 tons of
you know
horse
what
shit
I prefer
with
it. I prefer it if it was not Willow, and if it was Jeff Hardy off his tits again, and if it was just him.
Yeah, he just came back and he's like, I'm wearing the mask.
Because
The
I
problem
want
with
to.
Jeff Hardy is he's not a guy who's got the technical ability to carry on when he can't do the big spots. He needs them. Like Shawn Michaels, he lost a lot of his speed.
He lost a smile.
Yeah,
I lost the smile.
but he can
I
still
lost
do it.
smile.
Whereas Jeff
Granny
Hardy,
told me.
with Jeff Hardy, you need him occasionally to do a swanton bomb from the top of the rafters, or do an Owen Hart bomb off the top of the building.
And then die.
Yeah, it's like with Mick Foley. It's like once Foley couldn't fucking do the spots anymore, it's like there's not enough there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you bring him out. You parade
Yeah,
him
you look
around
at him
every
now,
so
he
often.
fucking-
It's
he
like,
couldn't
hey,
win.
Mick Foley stole round of
Mick
applause.
Foley couldn't beat Great Khali in a fucking egg and spoon match at this moment in time. It's just.
Hey, you know what? I bet Mick Foley could probably fight Great
There are
Khali.
there are people on Jerry Springer who can walk better than Mick Foley. It's like,
Okay, Matt. Who made the handicap match anyway? Like Dixie, or did they not? Or did it?
No,
did it just
it must be MVP. Because he's got the booking powers, so
they missed a trick there, didn't they, with Zach Gowen? Zach Gowen in a handicap match.
That makes no sense though, because trying to move on to the subject of what we're watching, like that makes no sense though, because MVP is a face and EC3 and Spud are heels.
But Willow's wild card.
Kurt Angle is back. Matt, Kurt Angle's back.
Does anyone know where the word kayfabe comes from? Because I think it's a really shit word. I don't like it.
Ariel has Matt. Kurt Angle is back. He's in the
brilliant.
ring with EC3.
He's just crashed his car outside, pissed out. That's what you want with Kurt Angle. You just want him to drive to the ring in a car.
So Kurt Angle, So Kurt Angle is staying with TNA then?
Kurt Angle is the drunk driver. That's his. He's called DUI. The 3 DUIs.
I didn't know that Kurt Angle.
Sorry, I'm looking up kayfabe.
I didn't even know
I've
Kurt
looked it
Angle.
up. I've looked it up. I can't find out where the word comes from. It's just I want to know where it originates. It just.
I didn't even know that Kurt Angle was supposed to show up today.
Neither does he. He's fucking.
Oh my god, I'm trying so hard to keep this on topic.
Kurt Angle goes to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Like, this is Gamblers Anonymous. He goes, "You're probably right. I'm so pissed I don't know where I am."
Kurt Angle is still alive? What? Yeah, I was actually surprised that he was still alive. I thought he died in a car accident.
He's so fucking drunk he couldn't fucking beat himself in a fucking last man standing match. He wouldn't be able to get up first. Can you imagine Scott Hall, Kurt Angle, in a fucking... In a fucking... They have to get drunk as shit before the match, and then there's the first man to stand up for 10 seconds wins.
I think Scott Hall...
Call it a first man standing match.
Well, Kurt Angle is a man who knows how to keep his liquor. He'd be up for one more second than Scott Hall.
Yeah. See, WWE has over the edge. See, TNA has under the influence. Every match, the gimmick is everyone's on a different drug.
Alright, I found a little thing about the origin.
What's that?
Alright, so
Where did
this
you
is
find
from
it?
it's from Pro Wrestling Wiki.
Oh, great. So it's a Wikipedia edited by wrestling fans. This is going to be fucking reliable, isn't it?
He's just lucky it wasn't even part of the show.
It's being read by
Oh, you're
Matt.
silence.
What's
Here,
that?
you read it out because you don't have to squint your fucking ass off.
This is like getting Thunderfoot to read from the Blaze website or something.
It's like I'm your fucking owner or something.
Kayfabe. It's just a shit word. I don't like it. Like
I linked it.
In professional wrestling, kayfabe refers to the portrayal of events within the industry as real. That is the portrayal of professional wrestling. That's not okay. Whereas
that's not where the word comes from. I want the etymology of the word.
It's down there at the origin of the term.
So the word was invented by some cunt.
Pro wrestling can trace some of its stylistic origins back to carnivals and catch wrestling, where the term kayfabe is thought to have originated as carny slang for protecting the secrets of the business.
The word is thought to have originated.
The term kayfabe itself may ultimately originate from Pig Latin form of fake, or the phrase be fake.
I was thinking for a minute they're fake. I just saw the word because I just as I was looking at it going for kayfabe, the word fake is in there. But why don't they just call it the script or storyline?
Exactly, instead of like kayfabe.
Yeah, it just sounds like a crap word. It just sounds weak. The word work, that makes sense, work, but kayfabe makes no sense.
Script, yeah. And Coughlan has like...
Oh, there's also this, like kayfabe may also derive from another trick used by traveling carnival workers. With money tight, a carny would call home and collect and ask for kayfabian. This was code letting the people at home know they had made it safely to the next town without paying the cost
of a really shit
phone call.
gimmick of a character called K-Fabraham Lincoln.
You can wear like a little top hat. It's like...
I think the big Latin thing is the most... I think that one is probably...
Yeah, but that still doesn't K-Fabe. That doesn't... Like... Fake-Fay.
Yeah, but you have to change it up. You have to change it a little bit.
You gotta be a little more creative. Yeah, you gotta be like a little more creative.
It's a shit word. I hate
Kurt Angle this is the best comment. Kurt Angle versus alcoholism.
Oh my
god. That's amazing.
Wait,
Kurt Angle's talking in the ring.
Yeah, we don't listen to this.
You know what? He still makes more sense than
No, he shouldn't.
Justice. Do you imagine Kurt Angle drunk is still better on the mic than fucking Scott Steiner and Sid Fish?
You know what? Matt had an interesting observation about Kurt Angle ever since leaving WWE.
Oh god, this is match.
It's actually pretty good. When Kurt Angle went to TNA, he just lost the funny Kurt Angle and became like this super serious.
Well, because he went to TNA because he wanted time off. Because basically, by all accounts, Kurt Angle is basically crippled. He's in like constant pain all the time, and so this is why he medicates himself with Kurt Angle versus Jack Daniels and Gordon's Gin and Jim Beam.
That'd be great. Just Kurt Angle versus his demon.
He needs to fight a guy called the Black Russian or something like that. Everyone he fights needs to have a cocktail name.
Like, it would be a Kurt Angle in a gauntlet match versus his personal demons.
Well, seeing as how they fucking nick everything from WWE, instead of the anger management classes, they should have fucking AA classes with Kurt Angle. When he's there, fucking DDP turns up and he's
Alcoholic Anonymous can be like Kurt Angle's greatest rival.
Jake Roberts turns up and goes, "You disgust me, man. You're such a debauched, fucking pissed up piece of shit."
Kurt Angle's greatest...
The sad thing is, Kurt Angle can't even find God because he's already religious. At least Jake Roberts had that, you know.
Kurt Angle's greatest enemy. Alcohol.
If you're already fucking religious and God can't
he's
stop
getting
you
serious. He's looking at the camera, folks.
He's looking
himself in the head.
He's looking at the camera. You notice he doesn't move his neck. When he turns, it's like a puppet. It's like
No, you know what he turns like? Do you remember Batman '89?
Yeah, it's like a
That's how he turns. He turns like Batman, just like all in one action.
It's like a ventriloquist puppet. You know when when the Muppets turn. You know,
like their entire body turns because like their heads can't individually.
It's like
turn.
when your neck gets injured and you have to turn your whole body around like it.
Like whenever Kurt Angle screams and starts to pretend to be angry, like his entire body must be like, "Oh God, I'm in so much pain right now." So, but MVP is supposed to be a face, so why would MVP let two heels beat up on...
Because Vince Russo wrote this shit.
Because Vince Russo.
And Vince Russo, the guy who really does need some...
There's no proof, Coughlan, that Vince Russo has written this.
There's no proof. Apart from the fact that it makes no sense and it's stupid and it's fucking thrown together at the last minute. It's like...
To be fair, there could be people just as bad as Vince Russo.
There are, but we would have heard of them.
Matt has been defending Vince Russo a lot for some reason. I don't know why. He has some weird Stockholm syndrome.
Because Matt sympathises with Vince Russo, because Matt's got the same problem. Matt thinks of something. Every time Matt has a good idea, he has to do it right away without thinking, steam forward and do it. It's like, why don't you wait a bit and just, before we...
Oh. Wait, Matt, you do have this problem because, I'm like...
No, it's not a
and
problem.
The reason for it, Matt, is because you're so stoned, you're going to forget it if you wait more than half an hour before...
That's why I'm like, why don't you just write your ideas down?
See, Matt, you're like a sort of weird version. You're like a bit like the film Memento.
With the mask on, Abyss kind of looks like the amazing atheist. You're right.
With his pants down.
The amazing atheist with worse teeth.
That's not even possible.
Yeah, it is because Abyss. He looks like a grumpy bulldog.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Abyss, he's playing a character that he's playing a character. TJ pretends to play a character, but that's real,
Okay, anyone know what matches are coming on Sacrifice?
Also, Abyss is actually sort of like an athlete. TJ stands up, that's his job. He stands
Sacrifice.
and flaps his gums.
TNA matches.
So, Kalen, so far, how would you rank TNA this week?
Right. I think it's been great.
I'm trying to find out if there are any, if the
of all the
schedule for the
TNA shows I've
matches
never watched, this is up there with them.
Hold on.
This probably is
Matches.
one of the better shows we've watched TNA thus far.
Like I've said before, isn't that like being the world's tallest dwarf?
Wait, hold on, wait. I think I found something. Eric Young versus to be announced. Probably Willow. Madison Rayne versus Angelina Love.
No, you know what, Eric Young?
That's not it? Bully Ray versus Bobby Roode. James Storm versus Gunner in an I Quit match. Bully Ray versus Bobby Roode in a tables match. Madison Rayne for the Knockouts Championship. Eric Young for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Gimmick. See, that's a problem. It's like you have too many. This is a problem with Vince Russo. He just over gimmicks everything.
What did you say?
Did Madison Rayne win tonight?
Angelina Love won tonight, I think.
No, it was Madison Rayne.
Okay, so apparently she's going to fight Angelina Love in a singles match for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. We don't know who Eric Young is fighting for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
What a lot of it reminds me of? It's like when Jim Cornette was talking about going to ECW, doing a spot on ECW, and they said, we want you to do it because we have a surprise every week. And he's like, it's not a fucking surprise if you have one every week. And he's like, this is the problem with Russo. It's like, it's good for a couple of months. Then you got, you need to have just wrestling matches.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
Like, you need, and that's what we were talking, like, when we were talking about jobbers earlier, and it's like, people who get pissed about like, wrestlers having to fucking take some losses, it's like, first off, they mean nothing.
Yeah.
Secondly, fucking, they don't have just flat-out jobbers anymore. They don't have people like the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, who just
Yeah.
made just a job.
I mean, Brooklyn Brawler wasn't really a jobber. I mean, he was a jobber, but he worked for the company in a different context as well. Whereas,
Yeah,
like a lot of jobbers are young guys who they're just using to beat the shit out of them for it. You know, I mean, but the funny thing is, it's like, it's like this is what pisses me off about these fucking fans who bang on about the Attitude Era. It's like, you know, the Attitude Era was not great because it was more violent and it was more extreme. It was because it had better characters and great wrestling and great storylines. That's what made it. And that's, you know, you can have a PG product. I don't care about people bleeding or using chairs. You know.
No.
I don't give a shit whether they ban the pile driver. If it's
That's the one thing I wanted them to bring back from the Attitude Era. It's just like,
Pile driver?
no, not the pile driver. It's just where everybody has something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I want. I want everyone to have a storyline again.
Yeah.
Well, not even.
I mean, a
everyone
lot of the time, it comes down to just having the right people at the right time. I mean, imagine if The Rock hadn't been around, or if Vince McMahon hadn't been around, but you'd had Austin.
True.
It would have been a completely different thing if you hadn't had DX.
It might have been still good.
Do you know what I mean? It's like if you hadn't have had all that. Let's say Shane McMahon and Stephanie had never wanted to get involved at all. It's just like these little things that happen, and sometimes you just get these moments where you have some great people around, and you have others that don't.
Hey, I think Sonata has a nice room for a Motel 6.
Yeah.
A Motel 6.
I love how, like,
those are the places you want to take a black light to, isn't it? Just
I just love this shit where they're like, fucking, the whole storyline with Sonata is he's here to basically to make right with Japanese wrestlers in America, because, you
I
know,
haven't washed my bed sheets in 6 months, and I bet they're cleaner than a fucking Motel 6. I'd rather sleep in the toilet of a fucking STD clinic, quite frankly, than fucking...
But yeah, I just love how his whole storyline is he's here to bring honor to all the Japanese wrestlers who
I love the fact that Japanese wrestlers are sitting there going, "Fuck you, arsehole." Fucking Yokozuna, he sat there, he brought honor to Japanese wrestlers.
Hey, well,
Samoan.
This is so right. This
You'll
is
never stop. Tajiri will always be the most awesome fucking.
I love Tajiri.
They basically turned him into sort of like a weird version of that guy from Fantasy Island who was like the plane. He's like Odd Job, but like they put him with William Regal, and it was just. So, do you know what funny thing about Tajiri? Apparently, he speaks fluent Spanish really well, like better than he speaks English, because he did wrestling in Mexico and Spain.
See, you know what's sad about Sonata? He's good, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think he'd make it in WWE, because, like, look at what they did to Yoshitatsu.
No, you can tell he wouldn't make it in WWE, because he's in TNA.
Well, to be fair, certain people in TNA now...
Matt, Kenny King's coming out?
Probably. Who cares? He's probably going to talk.
If you're in TNA, it's either because you want to have an easier schedule and you just want to have a skive, and that's it, or you're just not good enough yet to be in WWE.
No, the Wolves. The Wolves, the reason they're not in WWE is they didn't want to go through NXT.
Yeah.
They wanted to go immediately on the main roster.
That's because they're idiots, right? That's like Christian Cage, knew what he was doing. Like, he left TNA main event Mafia to be the ECW champion, right? That's the level TNA are fucking at,
But Christian was smart. He's like, I can't get any better than ECW.
Even Daniel Bryan said in an interview, he said that if he left WWE, or he had to leave, like, he said he could make more money on independence than going to somewhere like TNA.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, WWE owns like 95% of like the wrestling.
It owns more than that. I mean, it's essentially the only wrestling company around.
I've heard 95, and then it's like everything else is 5%, and TNA isn't even the biggest of that 5%.
Yeah, but TNA is the thing about TNA. It's like being the second biggest wrestling company. It's like being, it's one of these things. It it doesn't mean anything. It's like when people say that when people talk about tennis players in Britain, they go, he's ranked Britain's number 2. I mean, it means nothing because there's no fucking shit. We're all shit at tennis over here. We've got one decent tennis player, and it's like being he's the second best goalkeeper for the Faroe Islands.
Real quickly, yes, Nisa, that's something that's sold like Taka and Funaki, especially Funaki. I'm always fucking
Kung Fu Naki.
I'm just like, God, they could have been fucking. They could have been.
My only thing is that, like, it kind of sucks because, like, Asian wrestlers especially are sort of marginalized whenever they come over here.
Every minority wrestler, or sort of like easily sort of, or sort of nationality, comes with a lot of obvious stereotypes, gets really lazily slung together. Like I've said about the Irish wrestlers, it's just too easy to put the old.
Oh, it's not Sin Cara, Tigre Uno.
You mean that's Rey Mysterio's brother?
Matadores. Oh, we've got these 2 fucking Puerto Rican blokes. What should we do? Put them in Matador outfits and pretend they're Spanish.
Seriously. Other than
Matt, we got another match, bro.
Yeah, well,
like I've said before, how many black wrestlers have played militant black nationalist sort of characters? But how many white? There's never been a white sort of.
White pride.
Who do this. So the closest you've got is Sheamus, whose nickname is the Great White, which says a lot that the only thing about him is his skin colour. Is the only gimmick they could find. Not even his ginger hair.
Oh yeah, like, why don't you tell everybody your idea for who the 4th member of Evolution should be?
I think Sheamus should be the 4th member of Evolution. He's 10 years younger than the other. He's about the same age as Randy Orton. He needs a new change. He needs a character change, and he's mates with Triple H, so they'd all work together. He needs something. He needs something to make him legitimate because he's never really.
One thing about Randy is that I don't want him to be a face again, and I know he doesn't want to be a face again. He needs to embrace the more psychotic aspect.
He's not a terrible face, though. He can be good if he's in the right.
He's so boring as a face.
You know what I kind of want to see them do is actually have a real match between him and Daniel Bryan.
Well, they have had loads of real matches. They've had loads of matches. On Raw, they've had plenty of matches, and even...
Well, at like main event level.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is you don't want to overdo it with like Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan because it's like, how many times have we seen that? And in all fairness, I will say this: I think Randy Orton's had a bit of a raw deal with that because he's never beat Daniel Bryan without interference or someone screwing Bryan. Whereas Daniel Bryan legitimately beat Randy Orton loads of times.
Randy is actually he's not happy with how he's been booked the last couple of months.
I wouldn't be if I was him.
He's actually pissed. Like he's like, look, like this isn't helping me.
I think this is the one thing that I would have. One criticism I would have of WrestleMania is I wish they had some sort of promo that sort of showcase Batista and Randy Orton because they had a great promo for Bryan and Triple H and that, but they never really sold you on Batista. Batista didn't even have his pyro, or if he did, he did have pyro, but it was online complaining about the Undertaker.
To be fair, though,
no one gives a shit about Batista, though.
To be fair, though, Randy had the live band.
Yeah, but having a live band is an easy thing. Yeah, but who was that band? What's their name?
Like no one remembers.
Bray Wyatt had a live band, but he had dancers beforehand. Triple H had the best entrance to anything ever. I would love to just. I reckon that's what Triple H. I reckon that's what Triple H sits on when he's in a board meeting. I reckon he has that.
I would.
I would love to
just wear that outfit.
I'd love to have that mask he had on. It's just like. Next year he's got to have like a flying gold throne that comes down.
Like fucking Professor X's wheelchair.
For a laugh, Triple H. One day
Here's
Triple H needs to have a shovel and hit someone with it.
Here's what needs to happen next year if he wrestles at WrestleMania. He needs to come down on like a giant pyramid, like he's at the top, and then the pyramid is being carried by all the wrestlers who aren't on WrestleMania that year.
Matt, this match with Sonata and fucking Tigre Uno is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is. So, like, look, everybody, fucking, for all the TNA, all fucking.
They need to dress Triple H up as They need to dress Triple H up as that guy from 300. You know, the God King guy.
Oh, like Xerxes.
Yeah, and they need to have like loads of rhinoceroses and giants walking to the ring with him. And he's the God King of Kings.
The God King of Kings. I like that.
He's dressed up like that fruit in 300.
Like Xerxes.
Like,
He's just painted gold.
Fair play to Xerxes, because he manages to be the standout gayest character in a film that is gayer than almost anything I've ever seen.
True.
yeah, he's this massively androgynous-looking man.
I think I love 300. It's 300 muscly men in leather pants with red capes, sword fighting ninjas.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the most masculine thing ever.
was like-
Well, that's the thing about masculinity and machismo. The more you go, the closer you get to be. You know, it's like being really, really fashionable and trendy is very close to looking like a dickhead. You know what I mean? Because fashion changes so quickly. You know.
It is okay. So that match lasted all of not even 5 minutes.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's
match.
your average
Of course,
divas
Caleb.
on Raw. You know,
What's up,
Of
Matt?
course, Caleb. It was a good fucking match. It can't last more than 5 minutes.
Vince Russo's attention
We have
span
to have a
isn't allowed.
30-minute. We have to have a 30-minute Monster Ball match.
Oh my
That's
God!
gonna have,
Yeah.
That's gonna have
Here's
two
what you need is
commercial
Vince
breaks.
Russo in an Adderall and a pole
Coughlan, come
match.
on, Coughlan, you gotta watch the fucking Monster Ball match.
I'm not watching it. I refuse to fucking, you know,
It's the last match,
I refuse
though.
to believe that I need to watch TNA in order to know what's going on. I'd rather listen to it to you guys. this is, you know. See, in the old days, this is how I would have had to listen to wrestling on the radio. You know, because I know,
Caleb,
I know whatever you two thoughts are, you're a better commentator team than Taz and fucking that other prick.
See, Caleb, I'm glad Coughlan is here because for once, our useless ass TNA knowledge is fucking useful for once.
Yeah, but saying you know more about TNA, that's like fucking. It's like saying you know more about reptilian conspiracy theories. You might know more, but it's not fucking useful. It's like I'm a really good spear maker. Oh, good for you. Go.
Like I can put, it's kind of like having a knowledge of like the rectum of a spider or something.
It's like you trying to show off your doubloon collection to me. It's like, well, it's not fucking any good to you, is it?
It's like
Look at all my bitcoins.
having TNA knowledge is like
Fucking stupid ass
it's kind of
fucking.
like having
Crystal.
intimate knowledge about the rectum of a reptilian or something. It's like it's not useful to anyone really.
Yeah. It's like I've got an in-depth knowledge of the different tastes of ostrich feces. I can eat different sort
What
of bird
is
shit,
this?
different types of bird shit, and tell you what sort of bird it was. And well, it's like
Hey Matt, it's another Godzilla commercial.
or it's like being good at fucking flipping a coin and guessing whether it's heads or tails. It's fucking.
Well, yeah, that's the one we've seen.
It's
though,
a skill
where
that
it's
I
like,
have no need. It's a skill I have no use for.
Like having, hey, I have intimate knowledge of different types of bird feces.
It's like going to the job centre saying, "What do you do?" It's like, "I'm an armless bongo player. I'm looking for a career." I'm just here for contempt in case there's any TNA marks in me. Christ almighty.
I know what snail penises look like and taste like. Yeah.
Hey, you've been from the Amazing Atheist's house too. Any man's if a Ken doll can look at you and go, "Man, your dick needs sorting out, man." That's like.
Fully talking to himself again. Yay, Vince Russo, you dick. Bobby Roode in an open challenge table match. Samoa Joe.
An open challenge. Oh, that's another shocking surprise for TNA.
Right. We have a table match tonight with Bobby
but
Roode.
it's not. Nope, it's not bully.
Can anyone remember a week that's gone by when TNA have not had a big surprise or a mystery or a review? Yeah.
And it's
I can't-
ruined because it's taped in advance, and you
It's
can
not
look
even
up the
that, it's
spoilers.
ruined because it's TNA, and like they have to set a mystery every week. It's like,
Okay,
do you ever watch Kitchen? Do you ever watch Hell's Kitchen, the American version? And
Oh
it's
my
like-
god, I love Hell's
and
Kitchen.
I love it too, but at the end of every show they go, next week you will not believe the most shocking episode ever. Of like, no, it's Gordon Ramsay's going to
You
shout
know,
at people.
I mean, this is kind of an interesting question. Like, it's interesting. Skep, I think, had a fairly high opinion of me, and then when he found out, like, I liked Kitchen Nightmares and shit,
Oh, I love
Hell's
it.
Kitchen.
I don't like the American one. I prefer the British one.
I prefer the American one because I love all the shit that's attached to it.
But I mean, after that woman, that nutter with the cakes, I mean, that was just, that episode was
Okay,
off the
that's
chain.
fucking amazing. But like,
Yeah.
Skep,
Because I've never seen. I couldn't believe it when it was like. I was like, it's 40 minutes in and he hasn't even got to redecorating the restaurant yet. And it's like, you know, I mean, this the thing. The difference with the British one is that whereas over there they pay for the place to be redone, over here like they don't do that. It's like they've got to work with what they've got. They make them sort of like, you know, utilize what they have available.
And sometimes
I've been trying to get Matt to watch that shit with me, but he won't. But like,
Well,
Yeah, it's not like the British version.
The British version is actually realistic. It's actually real.
Because,
It's
like,
not-
the British version, the reason I like it is because occasionally he actually goes to a restaurant and it's like, holy shit, these guys actually have good food.
Yeah, okay. There was one he went to. He went to Scotland, and it was like he had like the best chefs in the world, and they was the best. He was brilliant at cooking, and the guy with a great restaurant, but they just couldn't sell it. And it's like you're in Inverness, and you're trying to sell people. Like it's like northern. This is like the Highlands of Scotland, and you're trying to sell people fancy French food. It's like no wonder you're struggling. You know?
the thing is, though, that I like the spectacle that's attached to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I told Skep that I like that shit, right? And I think he was just surprised
The thing about it is,
that I liked it.
This is the thing. The reason I like it is because I trained as a chef and worked in the catering industry for many, many years, and that is what Gordon Ramsay was the first ever TV chef who was exactly what a
By the
real
way,
chef
yes,
was like.
folks. Yes.
We are
Gunnar
talking about
is the
kitchen nightmares.
surprise.
God,
the
those of you
surprise
watching this-
entrant.
For those of you who care or are fucking slightly disturbed, TNA is still going on, but we're talking about Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, wait, but we have a Monster Ball match and there's only like, what, not even 30
Miley
minutes
Cyrus
left
on a
now.
pot wrecking ball match. She's gonna come.
Is this
But
going
no.
to be 3 hours, or are they going over?
No, it's just TNA feels that way. It's like, what do you do?
But we have 2 matches left scheduled.
Yeah, but this is Russo. He can cram. You know, you'd be amazed what he can. He'll probably have them running concurrently, and yeah, he'll probably say one of them just happened in the back and we counted it, and you know, we were gonna
Yeah,
have
for
2
no
matches.
reason.
We were gonna have 2 matches instead. We're gonna have them, you know, happen after the
Wait.
show, and
Okay, so Bobby Roode went from wanting a title shot to wanting to be the master
you
of
can say
tables.
they've got 2 matches left, but they also have like 5,000 seats in the arena, and
Yeah, I like how Bobby Roode now, like, he wanted control of TNA, and now he's just like, I want to be the master of team.
No, it's just so terrible because he went from wanting a title shot. Now he wanted to be he wanted control of TNA. Now he wants to be the master of tables.
he's like that. He's got like ADHD. He's like that. He's like, do you know those people who get conned into buying Brooklyn Bridge or Big Ben by these con artists?
Oh, okay, wait. So Matt, so if you get slammed into a table, you lose. Is that it?
I guess,
That's a
probably.
tables match. Either that or it's
I'm so
actual
funny.
tables are going to fight each other. They've got 2 blokes.
So confused because
Yeah, it's
this
gonna be
is
like
so
Pokemon.
terrible.
Yeah,
This
2
is
blokes
so
come out versus
shitty.
tables. That'd be brilliant. 2
I
people.
am just so fucking confused right now. And we read the spoilers for the matches. It's just
And the thing you've forgotten them, you fucking that's you know when do you ever look at your clock 3 times in a row and forget what the time is after? It's like TNA. They should call it Memento Wrestling. It's like Chinese food. You watch it and then half hour later you're like, did we watch that? I can't remember.
Okay.
That was a nice
It's like
dropkick for Bobby Roode.
TNA is the equivalent of Nam. It's like Vietnam.
So,
It's like-
EC, I think it's who comes in and helps Bobby Roode get the win? James Storm, right, Matt?
No.
Yeah, it's James Storm comes in and helps Bobby Roode win.
No.
What do you mean,
Storm and
no?
I'm not gonna reveal it. I remember.
Hold on, I know something. Weren't they once a tag team called Beer Money or something?
Yes, yes, they were.
See, I know some things.
They
Bubba
were like the
comes out.
NBA.
Bubba comes out and saves Gunner, and
No.
they join forces.
James Storm
Yep.
comes out.
Oh, God.
Nope.
James Storm comes out, though. What are you
May
talking
Young's
about?
Ghost is going to make a
Nope.
debut. And
Nope. You'll see.
Hold on, let me read the spoilers.
I'll give Vince Russo this. He does make it impossible to predict what's going to happen because it literally could be anything, and it's almost impossible to think of anything worse than what he can fucking.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Coughlan. So Matt and I, during the first lockdown, the first TNA pay-per-view we saw together, right? I went with all of the matches that the outcomes that sound good from a storyline perspective and just make sense. And
Logical.
Matt just picked the opposite, and we both were, and he got most of the matches right.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's like that's the old stop clock gets the.
The only
time right
reason
twice,
Calen's got even is because they had an unscheduled match.
a stop clock gets the time right twice a day, but Matt's more like a sundial in Iceland.
oh my God, it's sundial.
He'll get it right once a year when the sun goes round. Then you get 6 months of fun.
Matt, where's the spoilers for fucking TNA again? I want to see that shit.
They're in the wrestling room. You'll see.
They're on. Didn't the Raw script get leaked earlier? Can't we just read that?
It fucking doesn't make sense because I know what the fuck I saw. And I'm over
You know
here
that
like
South Park
nervous
episode where they talk
breakdown
about how
right
Family
now.
Guy jokes are written, like with manatees pulling random balls with words out. You know that thing about an infinite amount of monkeys on infinite typewriters will type Shakespeare? Well, one monkey on a typewriter can fucking write a better script than Vince Russo has in his fucking 30-year career of writing stuff. No.
Wait, where the fuck is
Do
it?
you know what's funny? I was watching some stuff from the network on a website earlier, and whenever Vince Russo's in any of the shows on the network, they call him former WWE official. They don't even mention that this guy was a writer.
I do. I remember that shit. Let me see. Where?
Like an official what?
Fuck, Matt, where is it? I'm wrestling
In the
ultimate.
wrestling room.
I'm looking
Vince
for it.
Russo,
but I don't
former
see it.
WWE dickhead.
Damn it, I don't see it anywhere.
Former male prostitute. They should just-
I swear I thought James Storm. I don't know why this matters
James
to me.
Storm might come out, but Bully Ray comes out to help Gunner.
Yeah, he helps
The
them
only way you
against
can
fucking
spoil
James
TNA
Storm.
show is by watching it in the first place. I mean, it's,
That spoiled me.
yeah. They should call it saving you time.
I
Saving
knew
you
fucking James Storm came out.
Spoilers for
Fuck you.
TNA shows are actually saving you 2 hours of your fucking life because you can read it in 3 minutes.
Wait, Coughlan. Bobby Roode threw Gunner on top of the table, and Gunner like
And it
bounced
didn't
off
break.
of the table. He bounced off of the table.
See, TNA, even the fucking tables won't job. I bet that table's got. I bet the table's got a I bet that table has a contract with Creative Control. And it's-
I think we know one thing that will be on the next Botchamania.
How did you bounce off of the
Yeah,
table?
that table's probably is Hogan's table. It's like they bought that table came over from NXT saying I want my own deal, I want my own dressing room. I don't want...
Wait.
Yeah,
it's nowhere.
here's Bubba.
Its acting is nowhere near as wooden as fucking Jeff Hardy as Willow. I mean, it's fucking.
Wait, I'm confused. Was James Storm going to punt Gunner?
That poor table. That table dreamt as a kid of being in WWE and main eventing WrestleManias, and he's there going, I ain't fucking breaking for a fucking table match on a TNA show. I had aspiration. I had aspirations, motherfucker. I ain't fucking kidding.
How are you so terrible that someone bounces off of a table that's meant to fall apart?
Yeah.
A table that's literally made of glue and sawdust.
Thing is, they do this clever thing in WWE when they have the strong table, they paint it black underneath, so you know these fuckers have just grabbed any old shit they found. They've probably had to bring in their own tables from home, like when you like, it's just like because they literally.
Yeah, that's probably somebody's dinner table.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you have to go through the table. You have to go through the table. It's not breaking. Oh shit! He's brought a fucking he's brought like an apocryphy table from fucking Pottery Barn or something.
Okay, we have 20 minutes left, and they're doing the monster balls
God
match
help
now.
us! I feel like I've been here forever. This is
Like, I'm just. Oh my god.
this has all the This is like being. This is like your prospects of being taken on a tour around Warsaw or Dresden or something.
I'm just trying to like at least pretend to be somewhat professional.
It's like
That's
this is
very
like.
fair.
Last time I was this bored is when I, for a laugh, watched a 9-hour black and white Russian documentary about snow. Right? I once watched computerized fucking chess on television once, right? And it was more fucking. It flew by. It flew by more. Do you remember in the old days, like we used to do this thing in this country when the TV channel had finished for the night? They have like a fire burning.
Oh my god! Like they would have like
I never saw that
I
till
once-
about.
static or something.
The
Hey,
first time
real
I saw
quick,
first time I
I
saw them
once
with,
watched-
first time I saw them doing it with the burning fire, I watched it for 25 minutes before I realised it wasn't a TV show. I thought it was like.
What's that?
I once watched a movie that Louis C.K. talked about it's a Russian movie called Mother and Father, and this is the movie. It's 40 minutes. A guy is sitting next to his mother, and she's lying in bed and she's wheezing. That's 40 minutes. And then there's another 60 minutes where she's like, I want to go out to the garden.
I love
And
trolls. Those are troll films. I think they make them just to fuck with people. You know?
that movie's 5
What about that film about it was like about the Civil War, and it was like those Daniel Day-Lewis, and it's like a load of old blokes talking about this, and it's like he plays Abraham Lincoln.
You should watch The Terror of Tiny Town with us again.
Yeah, you should watch that with us, Coughlan.
I once watched. I'm not joking. My ex-girlfriend made me watch Gone with the Wind, right? And I'm not joking. I did a lap of honour around the living room after I made it through that. I had to have fucking 2 half-hour breaks, right? Because it was the 4.5-hour director's cut version. And it was like
Well,
that was
frankly,
the
man, I don't give a damn.
It was
You know he
basically
died in the
It
war?
was basically Confederate Southern propaganda.
It really was!
The only
know that?
the only character I liked was the black maid, who just reminded me of Martin Lawrence. In
You know,
fucking
she wasn't, two stories. One of them was a bummer. Well, 2 of them are kind of bummers. One, the maid, she wasn't allowed to attend the fucking the awards because she was. Yeah. She wasn't allowed to receive her award because she was black. Because she couldn't go into the theater because it was a whites-only theater.
Rules is rules, I'm afraid. You know, you.
Award? Did she ever get it?
Yeah, she eventually got it
I
because
think
they
you should
like
put her in
mailed
the
it to her.
WWE Hall of Fame. Fuck it, if Donald Trump can get in there.
They're like, here you go. But
And then,
fucking,
can't they have her turn up as fuck? Can't they put her in there as like Mr. T's mother? As fucking.
and then Clark Gable, he died
He
in
was a
World War
handsome
II.
motherfucker though. He was a proper.
No, he wasn't. He was fucking weird. He looked like a fucking like
Yeah,
gremlin.
I'm talking about
or
Gone with the
something.
Wind. It's like Marlon Brando was a sexy man, but then he became this blob, basically.
Marlon Brando was sexy, but
He was a fucking legend. Yeah.
You know, I used to watch I Love Lucy when I had nothing else to watch on television. That's just how sad and bored I was.
When you mean nothing
Lucy!
else, I mean, fuck reading a book or turning it off. No, I'm gonna.
To be fair, Coughlan, here's something though. Here in America, that like for a good chunk of like the 90s and shit with cable, when they were starting to buy up syndication rights, there was like they would play nothing but like I Love Lucy and MASH on like every fucking channel.
But I'm not joking. The amount of
Because those shows were cheap.
funny thing is, Americans are actually. I don't know if they know how it works over here. Like we've got these like black and white little TVs with one channel that just it does nothing but it's got nothing but pictures of the Queen on it or something. But like, I was talking to one guy.
That's how I thought you guys lived.
There was this guy on my Facebook, and he was surprised when I mentioned something about Storage Hunters because I watch it because it was like they're on the fourth season of Storage Hunters, and it's like in the next episode, Brandon and Laurie have an argument. I'm like, well, how are we going to fucking ever get over this trauma of Brandon and Laurie on Storage Hunters?
I'm kind of like that guy. I thought you had like little. Like little old TV
we've got the
sets
same
with
fucking
like
problem you have. We've got 3,000 channels with nothing but shit. So
I thought you had like black and white channels.
The thing is, instead of making our own shit, we've just fucking bothered. We just get your shit. The thing is, one of the things, like so many major American.
Oh boy, wait, the monster ball. Real quickly, week 1, Gunner and Bully Ray join forces.
Yeah, so they're gonna fight Bobby Roode and
now.
When
Not Kane is coming out.
Yeah, Abyss is coming out.
Mick Foley Kane, Man Kane is coming out.
Yeah, Carnut came up with that one.
The thing is, also, a lot of our actors have gone to America and are basically playing Americans in your sitcoms, in your TV shows over there. It's like, Rick from Walking Dead is British, Hugh Laurie was British, the lead guy from Homeland was British, Idris Elba was in The Wire, he's British. Like, all of the fucking good British actors have got, like, played Americans.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like,
the amount of things, because I'm a massive fan of House, and the amount of Americans I talked to who didn't have a clue Hugh Laurie was fucking British. I'm like, he's literally like the most British person you can find.
They're like, oh my god, but he don't have a funny accent.
Well, the funny thing is, apparently Hugh Laurie, when he lives in America, and when he's out there, he actually uses an American accent, because otherwise people think he's gone mental when he walks around because they don't realise he's actually English. You know.
Awesome. You gotta watch the Monsters Ball with us.
I'm not watching Monsters Ball. Listen, you won't break me. You will not break me. This is like you're Bray Wyatt trying to defend. I'm trying to destroy my legacy. I'm not watching it.
Come on.
It's a principle.
You just let us suffer like this by
ourselves. Nothing bad will happen if I watch it, but it's the principle of the thing.
The principle is that
I don't even want to give their illegal internet streams a view.
It's like it's. Come on, you're letting us suffer like this.
No, I'm proving to people that you don't need to watch TNA to fucking be able to sit here and commentate on it. You could go to fucking some prisoner of war in some Lebanese fucking cat who's been there tied to a radiator for 4 years, and he could commentate on a TNA match.
Like, come on, like.
Find some fucking pedo in solitary confinement on death row for 15 years, and he wouldn't watch this shit. It's like you can either go to the chair or watch an entire year's worth of TNA.
I've got to say one thing though, like, who thought that giving Abyss the colors brown and like very light red were a good idea?
It's just shit in blood, isn't it? It's
just exactly. His outfit looks like it's made of shit and blood.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. I think they're trying. Like, isn't that a combination, really, brown and red, of Kane and Mankind? Mankind wore brown and Kane wore red.
Oh my god! I think it is actually.
So you see, the reason I always respect Kane is he was the only wrestler who had the common sense to have a first blood match wearing an all-red outfit that covered every part of his body. And it's like, see, why doesn't everyone else do that? Austin comes down in his underpants.
And I'm back.
Obviously gonna lose.
Okay, yeah, try to get me to, come on, we gotta break Coughlan and get him to watch this horrible match.
Okay, this is gonna take a long time. This is not going to happen tonight, right? This is your challenge. Okay, but you've got till the end of the year to force me somehow to. You're allowed to lie, manipulate, twist, but you can't. The only thing you can't do is I have to be able to click on it of my own accord. You can't send me a link and say check out the tits on this, and then it's actually it's Samoa Joe. You have to actually.
I will accept your challenge.
You have to somehow manage to convince me to click on a link to watch TNA voluntarily. Right, that is your challenge for the next
I will accept your challenge. We will both get you to watch it.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be John Cena and heel turn on this one. I'm fucking no matter how much you try, I will rise above fucking watching TNA.
I mean, but like, we're supposed to be your friends, and you're just gonna let us suffer like this.
You are my friends, which is why, but also at the same time, I hate you. At
the same time, I hate you.
It's like, when you've got a group of friends, there's always one guy there who all of you hate, but he hangs around with you because that's like his role in life. He's the guy you can all insult and make gay bashing jokes about and hit.
Wait, Sammy?
No, not Sammy. I mean, Sammy's just like a chimp that you keep around. He's like sort of Bubbles, but
Yeah.
He's there, I mean, we don't abuse him that much. We just occasionally remove him from the Skype chat for 30 seconds.
Oh shit.
Sammy's the kind of guy, if we went to the moon together, we'd say we're at the moon and we'd let him go out in the airlock and we'd go, only kidding, we've got another 100,000 miles to go, and we'd be floating there. We'll get you on the way back, Sammy. Just don't move.
So that, like, try to live off your feces if you get hungry.
We'd if we went on a road trip, we'd like chuck his stuff out of the car and then make him run after us for like 10 miles in. We'd trundle along,
Troll a little same enemy.
But it would be in a nice sort of friendly form of bullying, that gave him purpose.
Character building.
Exactly. It's character building.
Yeah, if it'll either make him into a better person or he'll kill himself. Either way.
Either way works for me. Is this that movie Brick House? What is that movie, Matt?
Brick Mansion.
It's a sequel to Roadhouse.
Brick Mansion.
Also, but we have this expression in this country to describe someone who's really, muscly, and it's brick shit house is the term we use, and I just thought
that's over here, but it's meant more for just a general big person without being fat or muscle.
Like a swear word in it, so built like a brick shit house, or built like a toilet door is the other one.
Okay, how Matt?
Yes.
Matt, Coughlan has given us a challenge. She must help me.
Yeah, you make your challenge if you choose to accept it, which you have to, because if you don't, you're going to lose. Right? Between now and the end of the year, you have to make me somehow voluntarily choose to watch TNA for some reason, right? And you can't trick me into clicking on a link or sort of lie to me, but you can do anything you want as long as it makes me click on a link to watch TNA.
Come on, man.
You could say, Coughlan, Vince Russo is being castrated live on TNA. He's having his genitals ripped off, and be like, but you have to be able
I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you.
You have to be able to get me to click on a link to watch TNA, or at least.
I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do.
You've got the rest of the year, and which gives you enough time to come up with one idea at least.
Liam was supposed to join us, but since Liam didn't join us, we were thinking Coughlan can stuff for TNA with us.
Liam was going to join us, but I mean, to be honest, how did you notice Liam wasn't here? Considering Liam never speaks.
Wow, Abyss is just the most clumsy motherfucker in the ring.
He did speak a lot on the WrestleMania
thing. He's in TNA, he's probably stoned off his tits, he's probably on something.
Matt, did you see how Eric Young, punched him and he just sort of waddled around in the ring?
Yeah.
If you took Kane, Mankind, and Sin Cara and put them together, you get Abyss.
Okay, Matt, tell me if you notice the shit or not. But notice how Abyss's outfit is basically the colors of it remind you of shit and blood.
Yeah, which reminds you of anal sex. Or as I said, isn't it ironic? Those are the two colours of Kane and Mankind's original outfits, which basically Abyss is. He's Kane and Mankind.
It's like some failed Kane and Mankind.
They should call him, Man Kane. Cactus Kane. Oh Matt, I found a drink I need to buy for you. It's in my local little corner shop. It's called Cactus Jack's Schnapps.
Captain Cactus Jack
It's
Schnapps.
Cactus Schnapps.
Is
Cactus
that
Schnapps.
is that a favorite of Kurt Angle?
Yeah. I don't think so. Kurt Angle has the broken neck brandy. Broken freaking neck brandy. Kurt Angle's favourite drink is the closest one to him. I think it's the one that he's going to have after the one he's currently drinking is his favourite drink.
It's the one that doesn't make him go blind.
Yeah. The one, whatever one is dulling out the fucking numbing inevitability of his fucking life.
God, like, man.
No, I bet Kurt Angle's done.
Kurt Angle is sat there, I think, just dying to fucking do anything stupid so he can get to be in the WWE one more time and actually people can remember him.
Remember that he exists and that
well,
he
the problem is
die.
he's been in TNA longer than he was in WWE, you know, and he's like, you know.
Like,
by the way, we
okay,
have 5 minutes left.
Okay, Matt,
Let's
what do
carry
you
on.
think of this shitty match so far? Like, what do you think of this
Can't we
match?
just pretend TNA is carried on like it's going on, it's over?
What do you think of this match? Matt?
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, everything else...
Why don't we sit here and watch Sean's Views entertainment videos?
We're so close. He has Lucille.
Because I just love to
Yeah,
hate that. I love to hate that guy. He's the Brett Keane of wrestling fucking video on like wrestling reviews.
Okay, so like, I mean, it's almost over. So like, I mean, let's just try and ride
Let's do a post show. Let's do a TNA post show for like, as if anyone's gonna care what happened.
I'll tell you what happens. Spoiler alert, Eric Young wins.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the thing is, WWE have already got yes and no chance. TNA need a meh. Whatever. So
I don't care. Whatever.
That should be the chant.
Maybe, possibly, don't know. Totally
Young's got
no audience
thick.
wrestling.
Alright, the choke slam. Onto the bed of nails. See, it's very hardcore right now. He has thumbtacks in his back.
Gee, who else did thumbtacks?
Mick Foley.
Exactly.
Taking narcotics out. What's it called here? It's
Okay,
talentless.
wait. Is Eric, like, he's bleeding? There you go, Matt. He's bleeding. See? There's your...
Talentless, nameless alcoholics wrestling.
But Matt, what do you think? He's bleeding. There you go. You wanted blood in a hardcore match. What do you mean? Did you want blood? Oh.
That's what it means. It's self-explanatory. Okay,
Matt's in a TNA funk. He's binged, and this is what you're...
Okay, so right now, Coughlan, like, they're throwing a board with barbed wire in it in the
Wow,
ring.
no one's ever done that before.
And dumbass Abyss almost fell into
The comment
He almost fell into the camera.
The comment I posted on the fucking the TNA video that got so many thumbs up was, so let me get this straight, the scruffy bearded guy wins a match and then earns a title shot, then goes on to fucking beat the guy who's the corporate champion whilst he's got an injured arm. TNA always got the original ideas. Wouldn't it be a bitch if they actually came up with that? But like it happened a week before WrestleMania, but unfortunately.
So is this where Abyss loses, because he's basically fallen into the barbed wire?
Okay, he's fallen into the barbed wire. The barbed wires. The barbed wire doesn't even want to fucking be there. It's like it's not even going to cut him. The barbed wires are not.
This was the match. This was shit.
Thing is though, the barbed wire in wrestling is it's just wire with little bits of like rubber bands tied around it that look like things sticking out of it. It's like, you know, it's not really barbed wire. Yeah. I've seen backyard wrestlers who like go on about how, oh, in wrestling it's like they use rubber-tipped barbed wire. It's like, that's because they want their career to last longer than fucking 20 minutes, you dick. Of course they're using fake, they're having fake results and playing fake people in a fake storyline. You know, it's like, of course they're using fake barbed wire, you fucking macho homo.
Okay, so...
Yes.
You don't even know what's going on anymore. You're watching, like...
This just sucks.
You're sat there watching fucking Lizard Lick Towing now, and you haven't worked out that TNA's finished or something.
I mean, it's just so awful.
It's actually you're actually watching Judge Judy.
I would rather watch Judge Judy, actually.
Judge Judy's fucking awesome, man. See, TNA should get her. She would be great.
We don't even know what's on the match, what's on the card for Sacrifice. Well, no, we know 4 matches that are on the card.
I've got a funny feeling you're not the only people who don't know what's on the card. In fact, I think the amount of people who know what's on the card is nothing at the moment. It's like even the TNA creative crew are sat there going, right.
Well, we gotta do a predictions video this time, though. Matt.
A predictions video? Okay, I reckon. Okay, I'm gonna go through.
Be honest,
pick a random like wrestler. I'll think of a storyline they've had, and I bet that's or a gimmick or a match that happened. Pick one, and I'll fucking.
TNA, like this week, it's probably. I'll be honest, it's probably one of the least worst, but that's not saying much.
It's the least worst.
If I'd be more impressed
Just
if it was the
because
worst.
Magnus wasn't here. And fucking Willow's so stupid, it's hilarious.
You know, I mean, I'd rather watch CZW than this, because
oh boy, Cops is on.
Because at least I expect that to be shit, you know, because it's like.
But CZW is shit in an amusing way. This is just shit.
CCW makes ECW look like fucking Kurt. It looks like Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. You know, it's like it makes it look polished and well thought out. You know, even the Sandman wouldn't go to somewhere like CCW.
Alright. Sonata and Tigre Uno match of the night. Okay. That lasted all of 3 minutes.
Random wrestler.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what? That was a good 3 minutes.
There we go. That was a good thing.
Watching TNA is like how Russo fucks. 2 hours of fucking complete fucking nonsense, time wasting, but 3 minutes of it might have been worth it.
So we got 3 minutes out of 2 hours of
watching
genuine
TNA is like
entertainment.
wanking whilst you're on cocaine. It takes you fucking ages to
Oh my god, it's so true.
It takes you hours to finally get anywhere, and then fucking you get through a couple of minutes, and then you're done.
And of course, the climax is unsatisfying.
Yeah, and the end of it
terrible.
just wasn't worth it because you're sore now.
So I think on that note, folks, we'll end it here.
No,
yes. I agree with Coughlan. No, let's not end it yet.
We're not ending it. We're going to go for a full 8 hours. Now we have to do a TNA review because at least now we can finally have a review up before Sean's views does because we're live. He isn't.
Oh,
review of TNA, Matt.
Okay.
Well, Sean Views doesn't do TNA.
No, but do you know why? It's probably because his brain can't handle 2 fucking different organisations.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just turn this into Sean. He has
a hard enough time spelling WWE. I mean,
alright, man.
Have you seen his rant videos now?
Have I seen? I watch his videos just for like his videos. It's like you know when you watch. It's like as an actor, I used to watch really bad soap operas, so I could go. At least I'm talented now. I feel better. Or you watch Brett Keane videos to make yourself feel intelligent. Because you're like, no matter how bad it is, I'm not this fucking dick. You know,
I'm not this guy.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather we had 10 subscribers on, and made proper videos that were
You know what's funny? Dude, I just noticed something.
TJ is so desperate.
Yeah.
What's that?
You know how Raw, like on USA, it gets like the leeway, like it can go longer than it's allotted time. TNA always has a hard end. It always ends at 11. exactly on the dot.
Yeah, it's because no one wants this shit to carry
Yeah,
on.
because they're thinking if you dare to go in, we've got professional hillbilly grease pig wrestling on after this, and that's
No, it's more episodes of Cops because it's Spike TV, and
Yeah,
that's
but
all they play.
1 minute of extra airtime is probably too much budget. How many you've got 300 fans in the audience, who were only there because they had their brains removed, or they fucking nothing else was on, or
Matt,
they're lost.
what do you want to bet that this episode is going to be even lower rated than last week's episode when Eric Young won?
That'd be a good
The
bet.
only way TNA could have lower ratings is if it didn't exist, like it was erased from time and sort of sucked into a black hole or something.
Like a demon, fucking like
if you turned on the
banished it.
TV and there was a swirling vortex in the middle of the ring, it's like. At the end of every TNA show, they should have like the Men in Black mind eraser to make sure you watch next week.
This was so horrible, but you enjoyed it. There you go.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it in the same way I enjoy watching, fucking dickheads on YouTube, make videos about reptilian Jews who live in the moon. I mean, it's
that would be much more interesting than what we just watched.
Fucking, in the side of the road, you're gonna look at it.
Watching two hobos fight over a sold apple would be bad.
It's like watching Matt, trying to think and talk. It's like trying to give Matt a simple task. Like, can you think of a word that ends in "oo" and then just put the word "tista" on the end of it? And it takes him 7 hours, and he still can't do it.
I mean, tista.
You can put "oo" at the beginning of a word, "oo" in the middle of the word, or "oo" any other syllable apart from the end. The only one you came up with was "u-tista," as in "u," as in "e-u-e," as in the sheep. That was it. That was the only one you managed.
How about you, Tista?
And I bet you weren't thinking about sheep for any fucking decent reason either. It's just
sheep. That's it. Just sheep. Sheep teaser.
Yeah. Ooh, u-tista.
Ooh, u-tista.
It could be rated u-tista. It was like, for kids, suitable for kids.
Batista. How about, let's see, Kid Tista? Wait,
No.
didn't work? No Kid Tista.
Didgeridoo Tista.
Alright, because it has to end in ooh Tista.
And he's in a tag team with Kangaroo Tista.
Are we going to do, is this going to be part 2?
I don't know. Can you remember any of the ones we did last time?
No,
How was like...
it was like 8 hours.
Matt, I don't believe for 1 second you remember much of it because, you couldn't even talk, really.
I remember that because Matt would say Matt didn't talk for 4 hours, so he just kept coming up with random
I think you were
shit.
talking to things you were seeing in your head that just happened to coincide occasionally with the conversation we were having. It's like you can accidentally sync up dialogue from films with episodes of The Muppets if you put the sound down. It's like you just.
How about Brutista?
Brew, what he makes
He makes brew, beer. He brews things out of
there's a Scottish version called Iron Brew Tista.
Yes! He brews things out of hot.
How about Dude Tista?
No, it's got to end in oo, not ood or oop or. You've got one letter. You're one letter out now, Matt. And you're sober. You're stone cold sober, right?
No, I'm not. I'm high. I'm high.
Matt,
I'm alright.
I've been high all
Okay, imagine Kurt Cobain.
other than the hash I smoked yesterday.
Imagine Kurt Cobain's taken 1 OxyContin. He would be sober by Kurt Cobain's standards because he was a heroin addict, right? You are as sober as I can possibly hope for. This is as Cliff Richard as you're ever going to
This is about the best we'll ever get, really.
Yeah.
How about Crew Tista? He hangs out with the crew. That's it.
Oh, he's got a really shit haircut.
Exactly.
How about Crouton Tista?
No, Matt, because there is a ton after the crew, okay? Crew-tista-ton, you could have said that, and that would have at least been fucking imaginative. You are the dumbest motherfucker on this planet. Seriously, I'd rather be on here with I'd rather be here with London.
Sounds like a robot.
Right, Matt, I'm going to give you an hour to think of one fucking pun, and if not, I'm replacing you with Lundy for a week.
Oh my god, I want to get Lundy in on an episode.
But we should discuss what we're going to talk, how we're going to stitch it.
Wait, you can't replace me on here. This is my little branch of the big bag.
This is your fucking. See, you've got the fucking. You've got the Ring of Honor of our fucking empire.
Let's be honest. I got more like the shimmer.
Like CZW.
You're not even backyard wrestling.
Matt is the juggalo wrestling of the
I'm like some of that shit. I'm like public domain wrestling. Which is another I need to publish.
You're two drunk gypsies fighting in a car park at 2 a.m. with nobody watching. Fighting over who gets to keep it or something.
I'm just the guy who's driving by going like, woo! It's really like change. I'm just throwing change at them on my way.
Yeah. You're like the hillbillies in Deliverance. Bumming Ned Beatty in the woods. That's as close as you'll get.
Come on, man.
How about Rootista?
What is that?
A roux is a sauce made from flour.
Okay, here's the thing. We had that last time, and you tried to use it twice, and then you tried to claim once. No, it's a baby kangaroo, and they're not called roux.
No. Rootista is no. They're two completely different ones. The sauce is spelled different.
He's on dictionary.com right now typing.
How about Screwtista?
Yeah, see, that's right. And also I came up with one that was Rootista, as an Atista who always regrets everything he's done.
Like a rue attack?
Yeah.
But Rootista is a specific Tista. It's Roo from Winnie the Pooh, but with Batista's.
No, that's Matt. That's not. See, Matt, you can't even think of a word that exists, right? When you got one.
It is! Roo is a name!
I've already done Kangaroo Tista. Kangaroo Tista is teamed with Didgeridoo Tista in the tag team of the Biggly Bongaloo Tistas.
Alright, True Tista, because everything he says is true.
Yeah.
I have no talent.
Or Shrew Tista, who's like a bit of a bitch. You know?
How about Do Tista?
Okay, what does Do Tista do?
It's like little dewdrops, but like Batista.
What?
I don't know.
Have you just tried to invent a word and give it a definition?
Dewdrops?
Like
dewdrops.
Yeah, like dewdrops.
Have you heard of Libbly Booby Batista? Libbly Boo.
Libbly Boo.
Zombie Tista.
Zombie Zootista, yeah. Zombie Zootista.
Boise, City Bop. I fucking hate it. I love fucking roll.
Why do you love scat?
Zippity doo day.
No, I'm not talking about scam. I'm talking about the fucking guy from Led Zeppelin. What's his face? Roth. David Lee Roth.
He's not from Led Zeppelin, you dick. He was in Poison. He was in Poison. He was in Motley Crue. I can't remember. It wasn't Led Zeppelin, you pillock.
Oh no, he was the fucking.
Yeah.
He was in Van Halen.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Van Halen and Led Zeppelin, man. That's like confusing.
Well, you thought he was from fucking Poison.
Yeah, but that's at least in the same genre, for fuck's sake. It's like confusing. This is like confusing, Nirvana with fucking Blink 182.
Chew Tista, he chews. Like that's his entire gimmick. He's just always chewing shit.
Yeah, or Choo Choo Tista, who comes on a train.
Choo choo. He has like a little choo choo train. Choo choo.
He makes his way to the ring on a train. See, Matt, we're beating you here. We're thrashing you here. You can't
How
even.
about moo Tista?
We did. Okay,
No,
Matt,
no.
I will challenge you. Matt, I will give you £1 million if you can come up with one that's an actual word, not a single monosyllabic word that you've just gone through the alphabet to find. That's just not even got a word in the dictionary, right? It's like it's not.
No, I don't mean moo as the sound of comics.
Oh,
I
of
mean
course
moo
not,
as
because you.
MU, the mystical continent.
Okay, that's an acronym.
Matt told me one earlier, and that was Flutista.
Now you're using acronyms from places that are fictional rather than you.
Matt told me one earlier, and that was Flutista. That's Flutista who always says
I did Flutista.
I'm trying to help Matt.
And there was King of the Jews Tista, which was like he was Jesus.
The King of Kings.
Yeah, the God King, yeah, the God King of the Jew Tista. Then there was Zulu Tista, who's like who's just basically WWE's dream black gimmick that they can't do because it's too obvious.
I am the black gimmick you deserve.
And there's Cindy Lou Who Tista.
He just like wears a little onesie.
Oh, you can use a fictional character's name, but I can't.
Yeah, but mine has more than fucking one syllable, man. You're just going AU, beep, boo, coo, do, sin. You're just like, you're struggling to come up with a fucking W.
Oh,
You can't have that one because I've just told you it, okay? Matt, you could be on. Are you smarter than a fucking aborted fetus?
New Tista because he's a red.
What? It would be a close run thing. If you got a tie, I'd be amazed. You know?
New Tista because he's a brand new.
You're on the weakest link. They'd shoot you before you even got to.
So, like as soon as Matt showed up, they just got him down. Is that it? Like, get the hell out of here! You don't belong here.
It's like, and also because of the delay, because because of he's stoned, so he doesn't catch up quick. There's a brilliant comedy sketch by this duo called the Two Ronnies, where a guy goes on a fucking show where you pick a specialised subject, and his specialised subject was answering each question with the previous question's answer, and that's like having a conversation with Matt. You ask him a question and he tells you. It's like on the news when there's a time delay. And they sit there for fucking 10 seconds.
How about new Tista? He's like a completely brand new Batista.
I think that would be a fucking miracle if they could actually. I'd love new Tista.
Poo.
Winnie the Pooh Tista. You've done Roo from fucking Winnie the Pooh cartoons, and you can't go through the Winnie the Pooh cast.
I love this conversation.
Yeah, I like some of the
What do you want to watch? This or me and Kaylin's laughing at Matt attempting to speak, or TNA?
This has been a good night.
If you want to watch a couple of washed up nobodies and has-beens fucking being competent, you don't need to watch TNA. Just listen to this. Listen, guys, we're never going to get on TV tracks with this fucking kind of attitude.
like Carnot suggested, Doctor Who.
When Batista retires, he'll be through Tista.
But then he's retired, Matt, so we won't fight, you fucking moron. So then he wouldn't be useful as a gimmick. I bet there was a midget who got chucked towards the ring. It was like, that would be through Tista, because you threw him, man. Or Batista that's like, completely and utterly see-through. So you see through Tista. He's made of glass.
Like, they just roll him out to the ring because he might slip.
Tista. Yeah, invisible version of Batista called see-through Tista. Even Sin Cara's botches wouldn't matter, because he couldn't be able to tell where the other guy was.
He was like, where am I? Where are you? Matt. Come on, Matt. Give us another one.
Come on, Matt. It's been 20 minutes, Matt. I'm not joking, but this is pretty fucking shocking, right? I could have taught Coco the silverback gorilla to escape.
Hey, I got
She would have just made a noise and gone, ooh, Tista. Right? She wouldn't have done
I got through Tisa. I'm good.
through Tista. But the logic behind the gimmick is completely unworkable, Matt. It doesn't fucking...
Well, when has a wrestler ever retired? And it's been real.
Wrestlers retire, but they don't come up with a new gimmick in order to fucking quit, do they? They don't say, it's like... It's like
Tisa would.
Ric Flair didn't say, I'm now the unnatural boy because I'm retiring from wrestling.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense, Coughlan.
No, of course, but Matt, you should know what doesn't make sense, because, you should try having a conversation with you at some point.
Come on, Matt. Come up with one, bro.
No, I already came up with one.
No, I'm sorry. Do we accept the fact that you come up with a gimmick for an idea for a wrestler who's not going to wrestle anymore?
Come on, Matt. Try harder, bro. Just throw one out there.
Snoo Tista, who just fucks big Amazonian.
Come on, Matt. Throw one out there, bro.
Trap 2 Tista, who just fucks women in the arse.
Igloo Tista.
That's fucking better. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It took you exactly 20 minutes to think of a word with 2 syllables that ends in "oo" to put in front of Tista that would somehow be marketable.
See, Matt, I told you could come up with one, bro.
Christ almighty.
I think Matt left.
Matt, I once went to work after being awake for 9 days and on crack and managed to get through 12 hours in a kitchen without any issues, and you're struggling here, right? You are a bad argument. You shouldn't really, don't put your opinion forward on this pot causes brain damage issue that's floating around.
Causes brain damage.
I might send your videos to the fucking people in the study just so they can... Pot would become class A overnight.
Fucking send them my address. I'll be
Pot would be fucking considered more dangerous than fucking anything. Like, we'd be like, drink bleach before you can fucking... We're going to legalise bleach enemas on babies before we fucking legalise this fucking shit.
Come on, Matt.
You have a better chance of owning slaves before we're going to legalise pot based on this fucker's videos.
Like, Matt can test out how dangerous and harmful it is, can't you, Matt?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, we normally do that for chimps, but we're making an exception in your case, Matt. We normally drug test things on monkeys, but we figure it's cruel, so we're going to just use you. See? I'd love that job, testing drugs out as a fucking... I'd be like, yep, give it here.
Come on, Matt. Come on, give us another one, Matt.
Matt, can you come up with 2? Can you possibly, Matt? You've got 38 minutes left till the end, till the hour's over. Can you possibly make it to 2? Right, we're putting odds on this, folks. Feel free to bet your bitcoins on this one. Collect this moment. I'm glad we're recording.
R2D2
R2D2
Mountain Dew Tista. Taboo Tista, sex addict.
Yeah. Sabu Tista. Somehow he's even worse at wrestling than But internet fans like him because he's a fucking moron covered in scars.
Wait, Matt, did you fall asleep? Matt, did you fall asleep?
Matt's thinking hard, which is the same thing.
I'm like debating. It's like, should I smoke a cigarette or should I continue smoking weed?
I like the fact that this is a very important issue that's weighing on your mind.
I'm looking at both of them. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Okay, and then
that, ladies and gentlemen, is
Matt's
important.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt is smoking a cigarette. I know this will come as some shock to you, but kids, don't smoke. You know, because we don't know what caused Matt's problems. But anything he does is probably don't try this at home, basically.
Don't develop a crippling drug addiction.
Whenever they say don't try what we do in the ring at home, I mean, does that include things like, because they're walking and breathing in the ring as well, does that not?
Maybe we should not, don't breathe.
They're talking as well, I mean, they do that in the ring.
Maybe they just want you to just, like, hold your breath and just, like, just die a lot.
It also doesn't help when they do, like...
Too fast, too Tista.
Too fast, too Tista!
Matt, I will give you credit on that one. I will take that one. You can now relax. Right, Matt is sitting there, literally his hair is like frizzing and smoking.
That was hilarious. Too fast, too Tista.
The little monkey with the grinder in his head going ding 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 ding. Going Homer's thinking in The Simpsons.
It was like a little, I think it was like a little monkey that was clapping its hands together.
Yeah. Matt's basically got like a sort of...
No, it's like a turtle, like it's a turtle like
he's got an artistic primordial dwarfed baboon in his head. Trying to go...
No, it's like a little turtle, and it's just like...
I bet, Matt, I know you would be happy with something like that because you think it's cute.
You know what? It's a terrapin that's on its back, right? And which is amazing because it's in there on its own. So how it got on its back, no one knows. But
Matt, am I right or am I wrong? Like you would love something like that because you think it's fucking cute to like have like a little like turtle in your head.
Yes.
Matt would use it as an ashtray.
A little turtle telling me what to do. Be pretty neat.
Turtles and tortoises are fucking useless, aren't they? What is the point?
They are useless.
Yeah. They just look funny. I mean, that's it. That's the...
See, I want them to clone Galapagos turtles, though, because I want to eat one.
So do I, actually. They sound delicious.
Because apparently they're delicious.
Yeah, but I mean, at what point do you eat them? I mean, they live for like 300 years old. I mean, at what point?
Apparently they have glands.
Do you get like newborn like real tortoise?
Apparently they have glands in their bodies that make their meat. Well, it's something to the meat, right, Matt?
I'm assuming that they're eaten mainly in places like China and France, where they basically eat anything that is tied down.
But
we're saying that the French will only eat something if it's living and they can make it suffer as much as possible.
Like its suffering makes it taste better.
The French have managed to combine cooking with snuff, basically, like beastie snuff.
Suffering is spice.
Yeah,
suffering makes food does taste better though. I mean, foie gras, veal, all the fucking cruel.
Seriously?
No.
Like, making things suffer as much as possible just makes...
Foie gras is delicious, but it is fucking cruel. You've seen what happens to the poor fuckers.
That should be, like, a job at the slaughterhouses. There's just, like, when the animals are coming in, there's just, like, one guy who slaps them in the face.
Just make it suffer as much as possible.
Yeah. There's a guy there who's there to do, like, a sort of drill sergeant from fucking Full Metal Jacket shouting at the cows. Yeah. Only steers or queers come from Texas, cow. What you?
And the cow would be like, moo, Tista.
Yeah, it is fucking... I could not work in a slaughterhouse. That would be a fucking depressing job. Just fucking slitting cows' throats all day.
I could work in a place that slaughtered chickens, because fuck birds.
But chickens, chickens, all you do is squeeze their neck. It's like pulling a Christmas cracker. It really. Also, I'm not being funny. Chickens can actually survive without a head, right? There's actually chickens that have lived.
Terrifying.
Because their brains are so small. They've got a little tiny brain on the end of their spinal cord, and if you can actually rip their head off and leave that bit of brain.
Yeah, there's like a chicken for like, I think it lived for like 3 years.
They used to drop seed down its neck, right, to feed it.
Yeah, they fed it, and the only reason it died is because the eyedropper they used to feed it, they accidentally left it in one day.
That is terrifying.
They put a fucking firework stick in its neck.
Like,
I can't believe they didn't think to sellotape its severed head under its arm like a ghost. You know, you get a ghost with the fucking severed heads that carry their.
Well, when they paraded around, they would put like a little mummified chicken head on top of it.
Yeah.
Wait, Matt, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen Keyboard Cat?
Yeah. Of course he has. He must have done.
No, I think he did. He said he didn't.
Yeah,
Right?
I've seen Keyboard Cat. Who hasn't? I'm on the internet.
Okay, someone told me they'd never seen.
It's like saying, have you heard of Sergeant Pepper's? Like, have you heard of the Beatles or something? I love Keyboard.
This should totally be Matt's theme music.
I love all the original internet memes because you just don't get them as much anymore. So many of them are fucking like staged.
Manufactured now.
Yeah. Well, like, there's so many animals. It's like if I could go back into what I'd love is I would download like the top 100 original viral videos, like Boxy, Keyboard Cat, Laughing Baby, Sneezing Panda, and I'd go back in time to 2006 and upload them monetized and fucking make up. You know, I could.
So you know what I would do? Going back in time, I'd fucking. I'd take off. No, well, yeah, that'd be awesome. But I'd take the names of all the people I hate, like Amazing Atheist, Thunderfoot, Brecky,
Yeah.
Atheism Defendant, just take all their names. Happy Cabby.
Or take TJ's sex video and upload it on YouPorn before he'd even started his channel. Or take Fringe Elements video of him jerking off that got uploaded on fucking as a response to fake Sagan once. That was fucking.
If I could.
Saying that, but saying that, I will give Cringe credit. That is probably the second best response you can ever give fake Sagan. It's just masturbating.
If I could, what I would love to do is like hack into TJ's channel and replace all of his videos with like videos from like Bible stories and shit.
You know what I'd love to do is I'd make a channel. I would just make a channel where I would make a video the day before some significant event around the world was going to happen, and say tomorrow this is going to happen, right? Or like tomorrow the Boston Marathon bombing, or like the terrorism, or like a tsunami, or a hurricane, or someone's going to get shot. Like,
See, I wouldn't do that because then like people would come after you.
come after you.
Like,
But
how would you do
that's the thing. You could then you could contact James Randi saying, "I'll do the $1 million challenge," and then all these fucking skeptics and fucking atheists who think they fucking know about science would be fucked, right? Because you'd be like, "I'm predicting the future perfectly." You know, it's like I can predict everything.
I am the Alpha and the Omega.
That's the thing I would love to see. Part of me really wants one day for them to discover something like homeopathy actually does cure people, or like something like ghosts do exist, or even like evolution is wrong, and it's actually it's something like some shit thing like aliens and they interfere with our fucking programming.
Aliens
then you get to see who the real fucking skeptics are. Because I guarantee you there'll be people clinging on to evolution and shit going, no, we can't be right. You know? I would happily sit here and laugh as creationism is proven to be actually true.
that would be great.
When Thunderfoot begins self-replicating.
It's mostly... It's funny because since I'm not as in the community anymore as much as you two, like those people just don't irritate me as much.
Yeah, but not being part of the atheist community on the internet is like not being part of the fucking Nambla. It's like saying, man, I got banned from the men's rights subreddit. You know? I can't believe Gorilla199 banned me from his chat forum.
I can't...
You know that fucker Corky, you know, Spike Bravo, Nick Bravo? Do you know there's a forum dedicated to him? People who just fucking talk. It's called the New Corky Forum, where people just talk about him.
Wait, there's actual forum about him, really?
Yeah, I love it. I'm like, fucking hell, I didn't even get a forum. I had a website, you know?
Like, I mean, we actually had people who actively hated Hate Club, and we don't even get a mention or anything. I'm kind of hurt.
I don't even have a fucking AD article.
I think Hate Club sort of fell in on itself. I think simply the name alone was going to instantly mean wasn't going to last long. You know.
Pretty much.
I knew I should have called it The Black Hand Society.
We should not call it the Black Hand Society. What the hell is wrong with
Yes, the Black Hand Society was the group that assassinated Archduke
Call it the
Ferdinand.
old
That's
Black
like,
Panthers.
We're not assassins, though.
You know that is that band called Franz Ferdinand? You know, wouldn't you love to assassinate them just to see what happens?
Yes, actually, I would have.
Are they even still around?
I would have liked for Napoleon to have won. I am curious about what type of world he would create.
I'd love to go. Actually, I'd go on the internet. I'd be Alex Jones. I would out Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
Sometimes I consider like being the black Alex Jones and just going like, oh my God, the government!
Yeah, but the thing is, black people are too often will associate black people with shouting and screaming at anything anyway. Like when they do when we show you magic tricks, like you get way too overexcited. No, I love it when black people are in my audiences because they laugh properly. They laugh like they're about to fucking like this is the last funny thing they're ever going to be told. Like white people chuckle and sometimes laugh, but black people.
You know what? Jay Moore on one of the episodes of his podcast was talking about, and he was like the best ones are the black people who will stand up and like violently shake their friends, like laughing, and then they'll run in the audience and laugh, and then they'll run back to their seat.
One of my favourite gigs I ever did was actually a free gig in East London, and I was the only. There was like 150 people in the audience and 4 comedians in the bill. I was the only white person in the entire venue. Everyone else was either black or Indian. Right? I was the only white guy. And I fucking loved it because it's like I got to be like the black guy in front of a load of white people. Like I actually got away with more, and I got away with.
You ever notice white people do this shit?
Yeah, no, because the MC did some jokes about like white people. This because he was a black guy, and he did this. He said the joke about white people. And I went on stage and started shouting it and going, "Oh yeah, pick on the white people when there's none of them fucking here." And then I said, "Why don't you at least pick on a group that are fucking here?" And people laughed, and I went, "Yeah, come on, fuck the Jews." And everyone fucking pissed themselves because I just shouted, "Fuck the Jews." And,
oh my God!
And I said, in all fairness, you can laugh at that, but I'm doing a gig at a synagogue tomorrow, and I'm going to do the reverse joke there. And then I was just doing all this stuff, this stuff about racism and race and stuff, because like this is the myth that people who don't know anything about comedy will tell you is that white people can't do the same sort of jokes or jokes about race.
Yeah, you can.
And it's not true. It's just the fact is a lot of white people aren't very good at it.
like what from my experience, and this is just anecdotal, however the fuck you pronounce it. A lot of the times, whenever it is a quote unquote white person telling the joke, it's usually some conservative asshole who makes really racist.
When was the last time you heard a comedian complain that white comedians can't do jokes about?
Yeah.
You never hear it. You never hear a comedian say that they can't do a joke because they're a man or because they're straight. So I'm a white heterosexual male, right? I think I've got away with as much as anyone else can get away with, And the fact is, like the people who are no gay person's ever been offended by any joke I've done about homosexuality. The only people who get offended are people who have gay friends or people who are not gay, but they think they need to be offended on their behalf.
Pretty much. Like, I think the biggest difference between yourself and other comedians who do things like that are like, I can tell you're joking. Like, there's just sort of a way that, like, I can tell by the way you tell the joke and by the way that you act that it's a joke.
The only thing you have to do as a white person is you can't just do a race joke. You have to actually go so far ridiculously with it that there's no way anyone could be offended. It's like an Eminem song. You know what I mean? It's so fucking. The lyrics are so fucked up that there's no way you can take it seriously.
And I think that's what, like, within you have these quote unquote comedians who say shit like, who'll just make these just racist fucking jokes, and then they're not really, they don't even.
Andrew Dice Clay's a good one, yeah. Andrew Dice, I hate Andrew Dice Clay with a passion. It's just because he's just so shit. It's like I don't get it. I really don't get it. And the thing I hate more is like I don't think his audience is made up primarily of people who take him at his word, who are just laughing at the you know, the crap. These people will laugh at a joke about anything, whether you're white, brown, male, female, or gay, if it's a good joke.
Yeah.
But the thing about white people is we're not subject to racism, you know, at the level that, you know, a minority is. So minorities have a greater understanding of it, you know. And so they tend to be, you know, and also there's no, white people don't feel threatened by a black guy taking the piss out of white people or making generalizations, because it's like, well, you know, what's he going to do? He's a comedian, you know. There's no threat there, you know. I don't feel threatened by black people who hate, even if a black guy hates, like, it's like if you get these black people who are black nationalists who hate white people, I'm like, I don't really care. You're fucked, mate.
Seriously, it's funny too, because like black nationalists are so rare.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, so what you want about white nationalists is black nationalists are the one group that I will say that are categorically dumber than white, because they're in a country where they make up like 8% of the population, and it's like at least the white nationalist, it logically makes sense because he makes up the majority of that particular demographic. It's like, why would you want to be a nationalist, a black nationalist, in a country where black people don't make up any more than 1 out of 10 people? You know, it's like, how do you honestly think you're going to fucking succeed at that? You know, it's like these feminists who say they don't need men. I'm like, you fucking do, darling. It's like, I'm afraid you do, because otherwise, you know, the suffragettes needed men, the civil rights needed white people. You know, you need people to fucking.
Pretty much, like. I think when it comes to like the few black nationalists that I've seen, like they don't typically last very long anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's like they go through a period of being stupid, and then it's like, this was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like people think that I ignore feminist nutters. It's like I don't. I just think I don't take them seriously. I find them fucking silly. Right? I find them. It's like when you see. It's like I get these people saying, "I saw this feminist and she wanted to castrate all men." I'm like, well, good luck to her. Right?
That's the thing that these people don't understand. It's not we ignore them because they just don't matter.
Yeah, it's like when I talk about creationists, people who've gone back. It's like if you go by the internet, you'd think creationists were like about 50% of the population, and we're actually. It's like they're not. They're like they're dying out. You know, they're already dead essentially, because the demographics in the world has changed so much in the last 10 years. They're fucking irrelevant, you know.
Pretty much. It's like white nationalists and shit, like, they barely exist anymore.
Well, this is the fucked up thing. I mean, the thing is, you find that minorities, or people who are somehow persecuted, they do have a lot of tendency to be paranoid and conspiratorial. But at least it makes sense. I can understand why. I can understand why a lot of black people are very conspiratorial towards the government. I can understand why a lot of gay people or such are conspiratorial. But I can't for the life of. But the ones that piss me off is the white heterosexual male does not have any position to be paranoid. It's like he's paranoid about losing the thing that's made his life easier.
I remember it's something like my mother and I laughed about this because we thought it was funny. Typically, it was about the TSA and the NSA and shit, and the government spying on you and like checking you through airports and shit. And we were like, the government's always done this to us.
Yeah.
like now it's an issue now that it happens.
The thing is, I've always sat there with the privacy thing. It's like my life. I can guarantee you, I don't care if they're reading my emails because I don't. You know, it's like 99% of my emails are fucking, Nigerian just trying to get my fucking bank details or fucking Viagra and penis extensions. And there's nothing they can read them. It's like, the thing is, I'm a very naturally unprivate person. And it's like, to me, it's like a lot of those complaints, there's people who want to believe that the government gives a shit about reading their emails. And it's like, the government doesn't care about reading your emails. They really don't. It's like, they don't give a shit. It's like, I'm not doing anything that's worth their time. I really am not. It's like when people talk about, or you talk about Islam, you get fucking death threats. I'm like, if Al Qaeda have got to such a level of irrelevance that they're targeting people like me, right? It's like, then we don't need to worry. We've won the war on terror. Like, Pat Condell is targeted by Al Qaeda. That's a sign that the war on terror is pretty much over because they're going after this practically dead person.
Whose like opinion isn't worth shit
Oh,
anyway?
he's been on YouTube 6 fucking years. He's made 200 videos bashing Muslims, saying whatever, and he's not even got a scratch on him, not a paper cut, no dog shit on his doorstep. Fuck off.
He's just this angry old man, really.
Yeah, he's just a 64-year-old miserable old twat. That's all he is. Who's got an English accent and glasses. And in America, that's better than being a congressman. It's like.
It's funny though, because people who have no reason to be paranoid and shit typically are the most paranoid.
Well, I think the reason they get paranoid is because they're worried they might one day be in a position where they've got to work a bit harder for what they are, because things are going to be level. Like, they deny that there's a privilege aspect to their life, and they want to act like it's all equal. It's like, well, it's clearly not. It's like, I wouldn't swap places with a black person or a woman or a gay person tomorrow. I'm quite happy where I'm amazed I've managed to fail and be so unsuccessful and irrelevant in life and still be white heterosexual male. I mean, I've defied the odds. Because, but I wouldn't swap it, fucking hell.
It's like, oh my god, it's so hard being a white man in today's world.
Particularly when it's people like Thunderfoot who goes on about, oh, these feminists are just fucking victim complex. I'm like, dude, when you make an atheist video, you would think you are the most fucking, it's like, you're not, it's like, we think you are on a cattle truck nearly, being taken to the fucking gulags where you're gonna be, you're gonna eat boiled water once a week and then fucking be, it's like, you're not in a North Korean prison camp, Thunderfoot. You're a fucking, you're clearly done well in life, and you've had a lot of,
It's funny too, because like, I know he mostly just does this shit because it appeals to a certain demographic, so it's just so hilarious.
It pisses off people he doesn't like. That's what he does, isn't it? I mean, and that's it. The thing is, I just found it laughable that it's like, he's whining about this woman trying to get someone fired over Twitter. I'm like, didn't you want to get Silver Era sued and arrested and tried in court for fucking Twitter? Or, obviously, no one knows that publicly. I mean, obviously, the official story that he wants you to believe is that I did it. But it's like, how can you sit there and criticise her for trying to get someone lose their job?
You want to do the same shit.
He tried to get me banned from YouTube for something he thought I did on a different website. It's like having me arrested for jaywalking when I'm asleep in bed or something.
Like, I know you were responsible. Like, no, really.
I know, it's just fucking, he's such a fucking hypocrite. And he's like, you don't give a shit about troops. When your troops suddenly all, it's like,
it's like, it's like, no, like, again, it's just this shit with the TSA. It's like, oh yeah, it's a big deal now.
Oh, sorry, the TSA. I don't care, it's a feel-up, isn't it? I'll be like, you want to touch my willy, mate? Go right ahead. It's your fucking... enter at your own risk, my friend. I'll be put on a blacklist. Not search this motherfucker. His pants are disgusting. I couldn't even fold them.
Like, do whatever you think you gotta do, man.
There's a brilliant story Johnny Rotten told about the Sex Pistols when they went to America, because they all had criminal records, so they had to get special visas. And they went through, when they first arrived in America and went through customs, the first person they searched was Sid Vicious. And it's like, and Johnny Rotten said, it's a bloody good job they did too, because once they saw his underpants, they had no desire to search the rest of us. Because I have a bad look for fucking international travel. When I arrive in America, every time it's like, if they look at me and think, Bin Laden could be standing next to me, but they see me in my skinny jeans, my fucking gaunt white face, my bags under my eyes, my long hair, and think, pull this guy over. He's got something up his ass.
This guy looks pretty suspicious to me.
When I first went to see Pete's in 2009, the customs, they wouldn't let me go. They tested everything on me, but they were convinced I was on. So I'd been awake for 36 hours. I'd taken a shitload of flu medicine or cold medicine to wake me up. Right, my eyes were bloodshot. Right, and they're a little bit dilated. And they were convinced I was on meth or something, and they kept me back from where I have to play for 2.5 hours. They stopped me twice. They searched me in the fucking customs. Then they said I could go. Then they stopped and searched me and everything. And they took my bag apart, and they're like, I think he's on meth. I'm like, well, find it.
Find the meth.
It's like, listen, it's like when a policeman stops you for something and you haven't done anything wrong. It's almost like they're desperate. It's like you've literally, apart from removing my skin, right? There's nothing else. I will bend over now and you can you can put a mining crew, a Gurkha guide up my ass if you want. You will not find anything.
Well, yeah, I think he's on meth. Like, go ahead and try to look.
Smuggling if it's already in the system when I arrived here. It's like if I am on meth, it's like it's clearly not enough for anyone.
So, like, it's clearly not enough meth for me to get a high off.
It's like, I'm not on meth. I just look like this. Some people just look like this. And it's like, all they found was they found my Edinburgh Festival show posters, which was quite interesting because it was called a walking advert for abortion. And it had my head superimposed on a fetus. That was the amusing part. But it's like they pulled my bag out so many times, and it's like you're not going to find anything. Seriously, it's like I know I understand. I would pull me over. I would have fucking searchlights, everything up my arse if it was me.
Exactly, like, I may look suspicious, but I assure you, I'm not.
I don't look suspicious. I look like, now I've got the beard as well. It's even worse. Because now it's like Muslim drug addict. It's a good job I can't tan. But fucking yeah, literally, Al Qaeda could just contact me and say, "We'll give you a cut if you just stand next to us as we go through customs, because you'll be a great distraction."
Where's Matt anyway? I think Matt's
he's going to come back in about half an hour and go, "Duty stuff."
Matt, you still here?
Acidic duty stuff.
But we have to wrap this up because I gotta get up early.
Well, can't you wrap it up? Can't you just leave?
No, because I'm hosting this.
But you've been hosting this. Well, you've done a bloody good job, Matt. You were in control the whole time.
Matt's control over the conversation is almost godlike.
Yeah. It's like you've had the control of this. It's like when these people post their party and then put the address on Facebook and 3,000 people turn up. Look, that's the control you have here.
Oh yeah, anyways, you got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. Well, are you going to join us for those 10?
Yeah.
I think Matt should mediate a debate between himself and...
Alright.
Are we still going to do our New Jack debate, even though you fucking fanboyed out of liking New Jack because he insulted your fucking god, Mick Foley?
Foley is God. Have you never seen the signs, Coughlan?
I'm sorry, but he's like, you're very shallow, Matt. That's very IWC. See, again, this is why I always say you're like the perfect IWC example, because you turn on people at the drop of a hat for no good reason.
Hey, fucking somebody badmouthing Mick Foley is a good reason.
Who gives a shit whether they badmouth Mick Foley? New Jack's a nutter. New Jack cut someone's face off once for a laugh in the middle of the ring, right? And you're surprised that he slagged off Mick Foley. This is like being surprised that Grim Jellemans doesn't like cheese after all, or something. It's like I know you don't. Yeah, I know that KKK leaders don't like niggers, but fucking hell, they don't. Hip hop, Snoop Dogg's first album was good. I can't believe they're not into this. It's like
I gotta admit, though, I did kind of like a little of the hip hop.
Look, I can still be an apologist for New Jack.
I got Ice Cube's, one of Ice Cube's earlier. I think it might be his first one.
I thought you stopped being an apologist for New Jack.
He wasn't an apologist for New Jack at all. New Jack could have done better on his own, really.
Look, all I'm saying is,
The only argument you ever had to defend New Jack was, people shouldn't have booked him and put him in matches and expected him to actually be able to control him, or not kill them, or electrocute them, or fucking stick a cheese wire up their arse and pull their fucking rectums out.
Cheese wire? That sounds horrifying.
It's not his fault. It's like you act out like this man's not capable of controlling himself.
When New Jack fucking goes for the pin, you don't fucking get up.
But Matt, he doesn't care if you don't pin him. Matt, he still beats the shit out of you anyway.
He's less talented. He's the least talented of all the sort of,
ECW?
the sort of infamous wrestlers that you can think of. I mean, he's the worst of all of them. There's nothing.
He doesn't even consider himself to be a wrestler. He just likes to hurt people.
Yeah, I mean, why can't he just do like fighting in underground places where he can actually do that, or just kill people?
No, he actually does consider himself a wrestler, Kalins.
No, he said he
considers himself lots of things. He
To be fair, New Jack has said multiple things.
Well, of course he has.
He's crazy.
That's not an argument. So your argument, your defence is that he said many things. Lots of people have said, apart from Stephen Hawking, lots of people have said many things.
Look, here's my defence. New Jack is insane. So,
not
not go by insanity.
He's not insane, he's a cunt, right? He's a horrible, nasty cunt who just, can't do anything other than fucking
hurt people, yeah.
And he can't be bothered to better himself. He tried being an actor in that Beyond the Mat, and it was some of the best acting I've seen, by him in that clip ever. Are you sure there was only 2 people in the car? I mean, it was amazing.
Hey, that one guy was like, New Jack could have been
I could see him being Denzel's friend. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Denzel would fuck New Jack up in any film.
No, that was the woman.
The next New Jack. He could have been the next Denzel.
Denzel would not have fucking gone there and be like, my nigga, fuck that nigga. He's not my anything. Denzel would fuck him up. Fucking Denzel's
I can be the next Denzel. Oh my god, how?
You couldn't be. I'd play New Jack one day, but like, if someone ever bothers to make a film about New Jack,
seriously, the only people
on Elm Street or something like that.
The only people who would make a film about New Jack are like
Nicolas Cage wouldn't play New Jack.
No, you know what? No. If I ever win the lottery, that's what I'm going to spend it on.
I want Kevin Hart to play New Jack. Or Chris Tucker. Or someone really fucking shit.
Yes, Chris Tucker.
I want New Jack to be played by some other actor, like Nicolas Cage in blackface. No,
I want Jack
Blackface. Call him Jack Blackface, and then have him have him minstrel up, like have him put on a wig, play New Jack.
I would love to see
Gollywog wrestling.
I would love to see Vince McMahon portray New Jack.
Yeah. Get Adam Sandler and we can do New Jack and Jill. Because Adam Sandler probably would do it now for like $100.
He's like, I just need some money.
You know what's funny? You know what my first reaction to seeing that new movie that Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore doing the one that's Africa? I was like, haven't we done enough to Africa?
Haven't they got enough problems without fucking us sending Adam Sandler over there?
Yeah, it's like, look.
It's bad enough we've been sending Lenny Henry over there. We've been sending for years. We were sending Lenny Henry. We have comic relief every year in this country. It's so fucking bad. I find the African kids starving clips funny. That's how bad it is.
Like the kid, it's like, hey, you know what? He knows how to do a pratfall. 3 minutes, by the way.
He knows how to do a pratfall. Pratt being the operative fucking word.
Pratfall. That's all I gotta say about that.
Twatfall. The rise and pratfall of New Jack.
The rise and fall of a Pratt.
Yeah. Can we have old Jack? Could we have him when Eddie Murphy plays multiple characters? We can have him play like the barber from fucking Coming to America.
Alright, so if he's New Jack, then who's Old Jack? Was there an Old Jack?
Morgan Freeman.
Was Old Jack?
Yeah. Morgan Freeman can actually play New Jack and actually make him sound.
No. New Jackie Mason. Like, that's who old
God, 'cause Jackie Mason is such a prick. You know, in real life, he's like a neoconservative fucking right-wing prick. He's a brilliant comedian, but as a fucking hell, he would actually do it. He could get away with it. He's got a YouTube channel. He's Jackie Mason.
Jackie Mason?
It's called The Ultimate Jew. It's just like, it's so disappointing because I liked Jackie Mason. You know? And I shouldn't have watched it. You know, when you're disappointed.
He's like, Obama's ruining the country.
It's like when he supported Sarah Palin and John McCain. He's a fucking knob. It's like when I'm watching. You know, when you're watching Alex Jones. When I first saw Kane and Alex Jones, I'm like, oh no.
So he's like the guy who played Frasier. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Yeah, but Kelsey Grammer like stays out of it. He doesn't fucking insist on. Kelsey Grammer's had such an horrifically tragic life. I can understand why he'd have a political ideology that meant he could be left the fuck alone. Like, he's had 4 family members die from being eaten by sharks. I'm not joking. This is how fucking bad his luck is. Like, he makes Jake the Snake's life look like a fucking, you know, a nice little fairy tale.
Wait. Didn't Kelsey Grammer promote some, Tea Party, network or something?
Yeah, but he did one commercial for them, but that's it. They're called The Right Network, and they fucking died a death quite quickly. But, you know, it's like, I don't care about that, you know. Plus, you know, Kelsey Grammer, as who he is, but he doesn't get involved in it. But like I said, if you saw what his life was like, you could understand why he has a political ideology that's very sort of, I don't want to know anyone or whatever, because everyone he knows is dead or killed themselves or been eaten by sharks.
I want to be left alone. I want to be left alone with my sorrow and my
pain. Wasn't even in the fucking sea, so if shark broke into their house and fucking hit them, I mean, it's like,
I want to be left alone with my sadness.
His sister was murdered.
Yeah, his sister was murdered. He's had family. It's like I said, it's like Jake the Snake's, but a little bit more sort of classy. There's a lot. Like, it's more because he's richer.
So party thoughts, everybody. Start with you, Coughlan.
Okay.
Or you, Kalen's.
Okay, I don't care if Kelsey Grammer's family died. Fuck Kelsey Grammer, there you go. I don't care. Like, if you have an ideology, you're responsible for that fucking ideology.
He's responsible. What I'm saying is like I'm not saying it's right, but I can understand. It's like, you know what Chris Rock said about OJ? It's like, I'm not saying he should have killed her, but I understand.
And I will say, I hope a shark claims him too, so he could be one with his family. There you go.
He's still better than Andrew. At least he's good at it.
Yeah,
unlike Matt, who's bad at what he does and has no ideology. Because an ideology, by definition, has 2 ideas at least in it.
So, Coughlan, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts. Well, Matt, I'm not going to listen to your final thoughts because, first of all, you would need, like I said, you'd need more than 2, and we've struggled for the last hour to get one of them out.
What is your
my
other
final
thought?
thought? This was the best episode of TNA probably ever. I don't know or care because like having the best episode of TNA is like having the best soft porn film. It doesn't matter. It's still pointless. No one cares, and until you get to see anything worthwhile watching, you're not going to bother with it. So,
what is your other thought, Matt?
What's your other thought?
What's your other thought?
Or do you need a bit? Do you need a bit? You've had half an hour not talking to fucking build it up. It should be 3 syllables.
Alright, so everybody, here it is. Here's my final thought.
Yes.